It's insidious.
Fandom, and yeah, generally it's not a whole lot different from what you do, at least in terms of like the approach that we take and the content that we cover. I dedicate a lot of content time to debunking what I call anti-fans, people that engage with this media all the time but seem to do nothing but hate it and in many cases just lie about it. But yeah, I'd like to figure out some way we can collaborate in the future on something, I don't know, some focused topic or whatever. So
because like all these guys cross over in each other's show, and it's like we should do something like that minus the bigotry. That would be nice.
Right. I think that there's really a demand for it. We just have to, if you build it, they will come.
Yeah, definitely. I too would like to talk to Turf Nation. We're alive. We got Actual Fandom and Turf Nation here. Yeah, this is the first. What was it called?
The initiative.
Yeah, the initiative. Right.
Yeah, no, I love when they talk about how the box office for 2020 sank because of wokeism. It's like, or COVID, guys.
Well, aren't they the same thing?
Oh.
Isn't COVID just viralized wokeness?
Yeah.
I mean, if there's no definition, we can make and mean whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, true. I didn't even think about that.
Exactly.
I think we have a lot to talk about. Way too much to talk about in one stream. But yeah, which is why we should probably do more of these on a more regular basis.
Ethan's been watching us since day one. Literally, me and Bob, since the first time we streamed together. So he's like maybe seen that these guys are gonna keep coming at me. I don't know.
New drama just dropped, by the way, while we're sitting here. Between Critical Drinker and your boy Zach, now they're fighting. So
oh shit, that's awesome. I love it.
It's Review Tuesday, which means you've had 6 days to gauge what your audience will allow you to say. He's talking about Critical Drinker. If you would just review shows as soon as they came out, like every other critic on the planet, that would make you seem more like an actual critic than a consensus aggregator. Or
you see what he said about fucking RPG character creation?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
And then it goes on here to say, Critical Drinker responds with, or maybe I actually have a life outside of YouTube. You live on YouTube, dude. Don't even try it.
Yeah.
I have a life outside of YouTube. Was away all weekend and only got back in time to watch and review the show yesterday. Seriously, dude, whatever hate boner you're maintaining here, just rub one out and get over it. That's real ironic coming from Critical Drinker. And then over here, Ethan says, seems like Zach hit a nerve, for fuck's sake, man. And then here, Clown's angry. They really can't handle criticism. And then he shows here, this absolute loser has been grifting off. Yeah, but watch this. It gets even better. This absolute loser has been grifting off my name and making videos seething about me for months now. I don't know if he's jealous because his own channel is dying or just fucked up in his head. Either way, it's pathetic to watch.
Oh my God.
And then Jeremy says, they push negativity and hate to their audience. They waited to see what the audience said before giving it a positive review. And then Ethan says, Jeremy, you love The Last Jedi and Ryan Johnson until one day, for some reason, you hated them both. You admitted on FNT that you guys find one little negative half news story and make 19 videos about it. Don't gaslight me, brah.
Oh
dude,
my
did we
God.
did we de-radicalize Ethan with our fucking
What's funny is those two stories are stories that we talk about all the time. We bring it up on here all the time. So
God damn, fucking high five, gentlemen. I think we had something to do with this.
Jesus.
I don't know why, but that drama just hyped my day. Like, I'm gonna go into work with such a hype behind me because honestly, like we've been doing this for a minute. And to see that some people are starting to understand that the grifting is happening and it's happening in their own backyard is pretty exciting.
It's like we've been right for a while.
Story.
Holy shit.
it, you assholes.
The Fandom Initiative is a group of people on a mission to counter anti-woke sentiment on YouTube.
Other people besides white dudes, like Star Wars.
The greatest teacher, failure is. Isn't true at all.
The initiative says, we'd love to make YouTube videos about the things we enjoy, but the culture of YouTube fandom makes this impossible.
Surprised to see me.
Thanks to certain networks and clusters of content creators.
Any of you incels, QAnon, 4chan, Snyder Cut motherfuckers want to get out of line now?
Who depend on outrage, deception, and harassment to drive clicks and bring in revenue.
You want to watch me have a wank? We'll cost you $10.
Just another heavy-handed female empowerment story where the true villain is the quote-unquote patriarchy.
More and more people are fed up with that toxic content. The YouTube algorithm pushes harmful content to fans who are at risk of indoctrination by consuming repetitive right-wing rage bait videos.
And they're pushing identity politics with this. They 100% are.
It's so dumb. So he's an idiot.
Gay love, gay kissing, and gay sex.
So dumb, it's brilliant.
No! It's just dumb.
Oh, it's the stunning and great. Oh my God.
Miles Morales has his own background. This is far better than just simply making Peter Parker a black guy. I define everybody that's not Peter Parker as an unoriginal Peter Parker.
Talking about Peter Darker.
This guy is a grifter.
I love The Last Jedi. I love The Last Jedi.
I was viciously canceled for voting for Trump.
You sure about that? You sure about that? That's why?
We're really not affiliated with DC Games as far as I'm concerned.
And I am tonight announcing my candidacy for president.
This is not a conservative show.
The state just came last week and decided what books were appropriate or inappropriate. So I'm gonna.
Come on over here. Come on over here.
Fuckers think that this doesn't gotta read comics and can't start some shit?
Hold up, well then there, motherfucker!
That's it, time out. Guys, let's all calm down, yeah? We're all worked up. Let's all just, chill the F out.
The foolish detractors can't stop.
What rules, you sons of bitches? Exactly. Precisely.
The Fandom Initiative is a group of people on a mission to counter anti-woke sentiment on YouTube. The YouTube algorithm pushes harmful content to fans who are at risk of indoctrination by consuming repetitive right-wing rage bait videos.
Diversity.
You can pick up the softback trade paper.
The what now?
Fucking pronoun.
Oh no, they become grifters.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Bob, shut up.
The fucking what?
He's a former Padawan who can put out sustained fires in the vacuum of space. Sustained fires in the vacuum of space.
Sustained fires in the vacuum of space. Fires in the vacuum of space.
Jingle
Cover me!
You've just described a scenario that there's no evidence that that's actually what happened whatsoever. You're creating a fantasy.
What argument are you making?
What am I thinking of?
Hello. Hi. Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's just me today. Nobody else can make it. Oh, fuck. All right. What would it be without us doing that same old stupid gag?
What would it be without the same fucking joke every single time?
No, this is the first time we've done
whole
this.
Bob
joke,
isn't
guys.
here.
Oh, I'm alone. Who?
The whole
What?
Bob
No.
isn't Bob's here.
What?
God damn it. All right, now I'm a bottom. Cool. So that means Bob's hosting.
So for today's stream, we will be talking about how many the famous tradition of America of celebrating the murder of Native Americans.
Yes.
I love this tradition. It's a beautiful tradition. I hope it goes on forever and ever.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's really all about. You know, we just want to be like thankful, man, for like Christopher Columbus and shit, and like, you know,
yeah, real hero.
No, you know what though? My 9-year-old the other day, I didn't even realize this. I was like, you know about Christopher Columbus? And he was like, no. And I was like, what? And I was like, oh wait, yeah, great. You don't know about Christopher Columbus? That's fucking awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
You know, and I just like completely like did not realize that they were already like just not teaching that shit at all. And that's fucking awesome. So fuck
That is
Christopher Columbus.
awesome. I didn't
Fuck
realize
him,
they
except for the
weren't
food.
teaching
Look,
that because yeah, he is a piece of shit.
come together once a year or as many times as you possibly can with your family and be thankful for one another and for what you have and eat fucking good food. But fuck all that other shit. Fuck it all. Okay. You know, and look, we got some people waiting to come on the show, so we're gonna bring them on. We got look,
and what's the show today?
Trump's about to be back in office, so there's not a whole lot of DEI money left, but we got him to scrape the bottom of the barrel for us, and with that, we're bringing on Eduardo. So you know, only as long as we got some money, that's it. Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, dude, you got to get that money before the quarterly budget's up.
Yeah, true.
And we're also being graced with Anthony Gramuglia. Hey.
Oh, we're on now. Excellent. Cool. I was not looking up anything of a strange nature at all. Keep it on here.
To answer your question in chat, I have drunk on stream, so I hope it's allowed.
Well, I have some amaretto, so hopefully that helps.
Hey,
no, they should, if they're going to teach anything about him, they should teach like the, you know, what the real shit was. But I mean, like they shouldn't teach about him like as if he's a fucking hero or some shit like they taught me.
Yeah,
you know, they should
be fine teaching about what he actually did.
Right.
They should instead teach about, you know, Leif Erikson. I think
I agree.
Entire
I agree.
semester.
Oh, I bet you would, wouldn't you, Turk?
My man.
I would love that, quite frankly. Leif Erikson's way more than
over there.
That's what we learn about. We're like every history teacher I've had is always like, so you all know the story about Christopher Columbus. He was the first European to discover America. That is false. And it's like I've heard that so many times.
And that's not even getting into the whole story about the leather boat with China. I'm not sure how accurate that story is, but there was
a leather boat.
Yeah, this is like I heard this story, so don't hold me to this. But from what I had read, there were some people who claimed that there was someone from China like 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, who made a raft of leather and traveled basically from like the edge of Asia into Alaska. I heard that somewhere. I never double checked on it. For all I know, it could be fake. I just know it's a good. It sounds like that would be ridiculous.
Awesome.
Possible. Exactly.
Sounds more verifiable than most of the things said on YouTube. So.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I'm qualifying it by saying, hey, I don't know if it's accurate, but it is kind of cool.
But it's kind of cool. It's
you may be wrong, which is more than most do.
Yeah, exactly.
Hadn't seen Backseater here in a while. Just letting you know, man, you did not win a Chuddy. So you know, just you know, you can.
Oh, poor
like
dude.
that,
He didn't win one. He did
No,
some
I
great
mean-
box office math. I mean, come on.
Yeah, there
Well, I
was
hope
some
they enjoyed the
box
show.
office magical thinking he did that you know, was worth maybe making fun of once. Anyway, you're welcome to be here. Oh, look, I care. Oh no, man, I know, but you're here.
Oh, burn.
I care. I mean,
Should we
he's
take
done
a look
like
at your
3
channel
videos
to
on me
show how
already,
many times
so-
you've covered each one of us to see how much you care? Do we need to do that to you right now? Like,
Oh yeah, that's the guy who did the 3 videos on me, I think, right? That's the
yeah,
same
like
guy?
on each one of us, basically. He's done
Yeah.
like several videos on
If
all
we
of us.
post a
man.
video, he does a reaction.
I
We
felt
talked about
special.
it.
Oh no, I guess I'm not that important then. I thought we had something special, buddy.
But,
Well, yeah, we talked about them on a stream because I do not remember them.
You well, I mean, he's very forgettable. So you know. Anyway, moving on from backseater. Put him in the back seat, put him in the trunk, haul him out to the fucking desert and bury him. Anyway, so yeah, today we're gonna be giving away some awards, some very honorable awards. You know, you guys know how we do this every year. You've been watching the whole time we've been doing this. This is the 13th annual, I believe. Thank you, whoever did that. The 13th annual, for even though it's only 2 years of the initiative, I don't know how we managed that, but yeah. So first up, we're gonna give some awards for, I guess, you know, really what this is just an excuse to say these are some great content creators that we've encountered since we've been doing this, and we've you know, whether we've been able to work with them or not, or have them on or not, we wanted to say, look at these people because they're doing good shit and they're doing the work. You know what I mean? And then also have a little bit of fun at some other folks' expense and say, look at these people. They're making some shit. Okay. But here we got GM Morgan. Hell yeah. What's up?
Whoa.
Hello.
Hello
there. Co-host of the Forced Diversity podcast and a host of their own what was it, Adverse Reactions streams on Sundays.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Playing games that certain folks tend to grift about. At least so far, that's what you do, right?
Yep, we've been playing some Dragon Age.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool.
Which I've pretty much heard exclusively is good, except from people who want to grift on it.
It is not the Dragon Age game I want, but EA is not going to make the Dragon Age game I want because it's 2024 and they don't think they can make a CRPG. So that's fine. But it's a good game.
But, you know, libertarians always know what the Dragon Age of Consent is in every state.
Oh, God.
Damn.
Well then, that went in a direction.
That's just.
Anyways,
go for the
yeah,
jugular
sorry.
quickly. Go.
I mean, you know, just let the libertarians in the audience know where we stand here.
We're very welcoming of libertarians.
Yeah.
Of course.
So anyway, I don't know how, you know, look, this is going to be a really streamlined, like it's a really well-rehearsed show that we've got here planned for you. You see all the little gold shit flying around that indicates like high prestige and stuff like that, right? So
every word we're saying is scripted. When we interrupt each other, that's all pre-planned, guys.
No, it's going to be like,
what else do you expect?
Perfectly.
I missed a meeting. I was too busy working on essay this week.
It's going to be a train wreck.
You see, we wrote that for Anthony to say.
Bob, that you're not supposed to say that right now. That's off script. Do better.
No, we wrote this too. This is how well choreographed this is.
We're thinking yesterday, what would be funny if we have a little meta communication about this?
So Turf Nation, what do you you got a list of some stuff over there you're looking at?
Sure.
Let's just get to the award. You know, let's fucking do it, man. Whatever.
Yeah. So to anyone who doesn't know, we sent out a form last week for some people to fill out.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't send it out to that many people. Also, I think that was probably for the best. But we have about 32 responses.
Even with a limited number, we got some interesting responses.
We got some very specific clientele of voter. Like you had to be top tier to get the vote.
Exactly.
To get
it was on. It was people on the stream last week and on the server.
And then our hate watchers who happened to watch deep enough into the stream to realize that we were giving away a link to vote for something, and then a few of them made the effort. You know,
they're surprisingly many
we actually recorded our reactions to some of these yesterday or whatever. I'm probably like edit that out into a video and have that out soon, just because it's pretty funny some of the responses we got. But
yes.
What do we got first?
I'm gonna save the best picture nominations for later. So we have first up, we have the best debate moment.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
And here we had nominations of PP Little versus The Initiative.
Do we want to look at some of that while we're, as we're going, or what?
If we have a little bit of,
yeah, we got a little PP.
I never heard
got a
of
little PP. You have a little PP. to
PP
show?
Little is scary, man. I don't want to fuck with that guy.
Yeah. The guy makes some really strong points. That's why I just kind of
yeah. So I'll just
I will never cover him. He is devastating.
Well, poor Ed can't even be in the same place as him. Otherwise, he'll just run away crying. You'll never see him together.
True.
Like he's that afraid.
Yeah, PP Little really kind of undersells the vibe that he gives off.
He's a subtle guy. He's a subtle guy.
Yeah,
a little guy. He's a little guy.
Is his name really PP Little?
I mean, apparently, that's what he
legal
goes
name,
by.
yes. Legal.
Okay.
So
That's the name let's go with. Okay.
I love
I
that.
We'll get it later.
I
Anthony.
asked him what he stood for, and he just looked at me and said, "So,
fuck."
I hope it's not from personal experience, but still.
I'm the wrong thing, man. But I love the fact that Ann is not familiar with our lore, so that maybe there's some good surprises in store here.
Yeah, I'm ready. I listen. I came without rehearsing anything, just purely from watching.
You haven't read your lines?
No,
what the hell? Man?
I was too busy cooking for Thanksgiving because I decided to host.
Oh,
this
I did
year.
that too.
Also, I did it while watching things killing.
So we make the mistake of we were pretty we're pretty careful about what debates we would do and stuff like that. This guy seemed like a nothing. He's just like, I'm gonna want to debate all of you at once, and we're like, okay, what kind of idiot would want to debate all of us at once? But look, man, I think we all regret it. So here's a little bit from that.
Little.com. Hi, I'm PP Little, the anti-woke warrior, and today I'm debating Dane of Actual Fandom.
Hey, PP, big fan.
I bet you are. And joining him today is Turf Nation.
Hey guys.
And fine.
Sorry, I have to go.
Look, that may have been why we lost because Turf. What was it? Your dog got killed or something that day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
I thought
very
your cat
upsetting.
had puppies. Wait a minute.
He is the best debater by far between us. And
I'm the
master
most well articulated of the bunch.
Do you ever wonder if maybe PP Little poisoned your dog in order to make sure that you guys didn't have an advantage?
Oh, dude, he might have.
I'm more impressed by his Edmund Mode figure in the background. That takes. I know he's saying he's PP Little, but that takes a lot of
something.
You know what I'm saying to have something like that there.
Right.
You really don't give a fuck, man.
Well, let's see. We'll just get a couple of moments of once the debate starts here. Maybe you skip forward to whenever because eventually Eric DeBunks does show up, and I think he starts to tip the scales, but it's just not enough.
Is DJ showing up?
Sorry, PP. DJ couldn't make it.
Oh, thank fucking Christ. And finally, we have from Organized Chaos, Bob Chaos.
Hey, thanks for having me here.
Shut up, Bob.
Whoa, too far, PP.
Yeah, I'll take that from Dane and my boys and my whores, but not from you.
Oh, yeah?
He's playing mind games with us now. Like,
What now, Bob?
Okay.
Huzzah! You have fallen for my trap. You have accepted money, making you a grifter.
objectively.
By definition.
Oh, we got Chariot joining us now. Hey.
Oh, hey.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome.
Hello there.
It's a full house. Excellent. We're just watching some debate highlights from really one of our low points.
This guy just wasted us.
I do love when you see a lot of groundwork being laid here,
Yeah.
Oh, have we ever had 7 people on?
I don't think so.
Nice.
Yeah, well, Well, you guys are used to taking money, you shills. You fell for my trap. I laid it out perfectly.
Sure you did, PP. Are we going to debate or what?
Yes, of course. Now, I have a very simple question to ask you guys.
Sure you do.
What's wrong with being white? Would you be laughing if I asked what was wrong with being black?
Who said there was anything wrong with either?
You guys did.
When?
Well, when...
PP. We are white.
You sure as hell don't act like it.
And how should white people act?
Oh, like this.
Get out of here!
You see, like that.
Whoa, dude, are you saying that all white people are racist?
Hey, I watch Eric July.
So?
He says all the things that I can't.
Why not?
Because then I'd be called a racist.
By who?
The people whose lives don't matter.
Whoa, what exactly do you mean by that?
If you were a proper white man, you would know.
Guess I'm not a proper white man.
Ha! I got you again.
You know, like that kind of skill, rhetorical skill is fucking, I don't even know what you're supposed to do with that.
Truly a wordsmith of the ages.
True.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know,
this is like getting Nom flashbacks at this point. I'm not dealing with this well.
See, and then, I think Bob is still shutting up because he paid you to do it. So, Bob's not saying anything.
Paid for your silence.
He says you paid him $50 to shut up, and he's going to need double to keep talking.
That's bad faith.
That's capitalism. We can keep talking, PP. I'm really triggered by your just...
Shut up, Dane. Oh, shit. $100 to...
Yeah, you get it. It was really,
Dan, I can't believe you revealed your real last name on that PP doxed you like that.
I know.
Ugh. Amateur mistake to get doxed like that. So
Most people don't realize that the AF comes from because I'm a fuck. You know?
That's from a long tradition of fucks.
I mean,
hey, you did give a
actual
fuck, which is very important.
Anyway, so what were the other nominees there, sir?
Next up we have Jim the Casual Moment, which I don't think we should show.
You don't think we should?
Think we all know it.
Does everybody know it? I don't know if everybody.
I don't know if everybody knows it. But
I mean, I can do the short thing that I did, the no N-word November short I did.
If you have if you've got a censored version of that, I guess you can do that. But
I'm always winning that one. I always win no N-bomb November every time.
I mean, I think a lot of people have no problem with it, but this guy really seemed to struggle.
Unfortunately, I know someone who lost that competition.
Oh no!
Damn.
Yeah, certain critic I get into arguments with.
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
I don't think it's that hard to get a lot of people to say it these days.
Certain Steven Universe loving critic I get into arguments a lot.
A certain fan of orchards.
Yeah, loves those orchards. That one. She somehow lost that competition. Didn't know it was possible for her, but she lost it. Sorry,
I have not seen that. That's incredible.
Is
that
Tumblr.
on your channel, by the way?
No, it's on
Okay.
Tumblr. She did it like in a reference saying this person says this, and then just wrote out the whole word.
Boom, just no asterisk, no nothing. Just
I don't think she used an asterisk. I mean, she maybe used an asterisk over the I, but that's like the one part that's like the least. Nothing else. Just that combination of words, and I don't know how you fumble the ball that bad. I'm sorry, it's not relevant to anything we're talking about. That's all. It just was a great moment to mention that.
It was perfect.
Incredible.
Perfect.
Truly incredible
Trying
things.
to find it, see if we can get a good. Well, not that one.
No. I like how we have a Bob, a Alpha Bob, and an Omega Bob here. We've got a Bob at the beginning.
Yeah, we have a new guest.
Oh,
Hey, Bob.
I am
Bob
a
of the old
turbo.
ways.
I am a turbo Bob. Thank you very much.
A turbo Bob.
There.
Somebody
you
has
haven't
like
heard
a
of
simply a
turbo
Bob of
Bobs because there
chaos.
are no other Bobs.
Somebody's got a little bit of screeching background noise going on. I don't know if anybody can identify that or not.
Okay, no shit. Hold on, that's me, dude. Hold on.
It's all good.
You know what? I don't know how to get that to go away, to be honest. So I'm probably just gonna have to take off here, guys. But
no, I mean, you know, I mean, if you could maybe, I don't know, like maybe
Do you have an
yourself
easy
when
way
you're
to
not
just mute your
talking. I don't
microphone when you're
know.
not talking?
yeah, you know what? I could totally do that. Let's do that for sure.
Rather
The
that than you have to-
StreamYard also has a like little features like background noise cancellation and stuff that you can mess around with.
Well,
I have
in the
that
meantime,
on.
Actually, why are you doing
here
that?
is,
I'll be right back.
here's this.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Okay, what's more racist, calling somebody a nick or doing a lynching?
I'm out.
So
Wow.
yeah. So that, by the way, if anybody's not aware, that was right at the start of this whole initiative project where Bob had a debate scheduled, and I was scheduled to be on Bob's stream, I think, before his debate, but then suddenly, right before that stream,
Just had to come back with this.
Gotta upgrade.
he found out that his debate opponent was going to have a partner with him, so he asked me to join. I said sure. And yeah, I mean, it was mostly it's kind of a stupid debate. The guys didn't really know what they were arguing and didn't really have any arguments on it. And but you know, the whole point was that they were trying to prove that the Critical Drinker, I think, and Rags from EFAP are not racist with their content, right? That was their whole position.
Oh God! Rags.
And I guess after a couple hours of going back and forth, the way that Jim the Casual, who turned out to have been shit-faced drunk, decided to prove that was to drop that you just heard. So
I mean, how else would you do that, Dane?
I mean,
like
what other way is there?
I guess in some ways it's like, have you heard Reg say beep? Oh, okay. So your defense of him is that you're the bigger racist. I see the strategy here.
Taking on the martyr.
No.
I may be racist.
Be wise to go.
No,
I've never
all of the best white anti-racists use the N-word because we've all gotten an N-word card from our black allies.
Oh.
So using the N-word is proof, the highest proof that we are not racist.
I must have changed my address when that card.
Damn.
Yeah, I think mine got lost in
Well,
the
then
mail.
you're just not anti-racist enough, and you haven't gotten it yet.
A failure on my part, I suppose.
Well, I mean, I know that I do have somewhere. I have a clip of a couple of guys showing off their in cards, but you know, I'll look for that maybe a little bit later.
That'll be one of the bonus awards.
I guess so. Who else is in that category?
Our final nomination is Eric July versus Organized Chaos Aftermath. Which I think we have a good edit.
We do have a pretty solid thing for that.
Well, he acted so normal after that. You know, he went on for a couple hours. He didn't tell any lies about me, and he acted just so normal.
Yeah, this is actually a win for Eric July.
Yeah.
And my computer's pulling stuff up so slowly right now, so give me a minute. But
So
Bob,
good.
you want to set it up with I don't know, what was the debate about?
Oh, well, I mean, the debate was magical. So Eric July, as you may know, is a comic book expert. You know so much about comic books. I mean, he has little gaps in knowledge, like Amazing Fantasy 15, which he obviously didn't know. But you know, other than that, he's a comic book expert. He knows about Spider-Man's origin. He's just he's a brain to deal with. And after my debate with him, you know, he went on a 2-hour tirade.
For I think a few good reasons, and this is one of them. I think this was whenever you were trying to figure out, because you had read and reviewed Isom #1, and you're trying to ask him what is the character's motivation.
I was asking to just give me a character motivation for Isom. Why does he go?
So
why does he look for Jasmine?
Because his sister asked him to do it.
All right. So why does he say yes?
Whoops. Sorry.
Because he cares about his family, specifically considering that this is a family friend. And he knows that his mother would chew his ass out in the event that's all explained in the text.
So he's literally just looking for this girl because his mom would chew him out if he didn't?
Yes.
That's fair, actually. Honestly, though, Honestly, though,
I mean, it on TV tropes lists that as desperate need of direction or something like that as the reason for that type of. That's I mean, it is a listed motivation on TV tropes. So,
Which we all know Eric July consults before he writes any piece of fiction.
Well, I mean, the funny thing is, by the end of that first issue, by the end of the first issue, he doesn't care about Jasmine at all anymore. He straight up says, "I don't even care about finding her anymore." Like, you know, I think he does find her briefly, and then just kind of like whatever. And then he's mad because this guy that he ran into disrespected him, and that's his motivation now. So, real mercurial motivations going on there.
And I want to stress in issue 2, she is mentioned once, and that is it.
Yeah.
And then he goes to fight demons in this fucking cave area. It's like, what the fuck am I
Yeah, he goes
reading?
with the blood-bending half vampire lady to go fight demons in hell. In
I
issue
was
2.
about to say, like, write what you know, but I'm not sure he knows much about fighting demons in caves. Maybe he does. I don't know. Maybe that's his side hustle. Is just, you know.
I'm willing to bet that he's fighting some demons. I'm willing to bet Eric July's got some demons he wrestles with on a regular basis.
I mean, if you know, wouldn't it be like failing music careers? Wouldn't that be what he has to fight?
Oof, boom. He's secretly
to fight like the sense of guilt and shame more than anything.
He's secretly a dungeon master for a group of middle schoolers, and he bases all of his comic scripts on his D&D games for 12-year-olds.
In fairness, though, being a dungeon master for D&D really helps you get better as a writer. I will say that in the defense of D&D.
Oh, I agree. He's just doing it for illiterate 12-year-olds and then taking notes on what they did. And
I can't write dialogue, so I just have my players do that for me, and then don't write anything because all right, I already had my thought. Moved on.
I don't know if anybody else can pull that up because I'm going to have to actually probably leave the stream and reboot my computer because my shit is not pulling up right now, and that's kind of a problem. So
it's okay. I'll take over the stream.
What are you looking for?
Just, I guess, is his post-stream civilized discussion that he did.
I slow down that.
Like with the Rocky music.
I have I don't have like the edit you have, but I have like a little compilation that I did a while ago.
Let me see if I might be able to find it. Well, actually, in the meantime, here's another one. I can pull this one up, and maybe I can find the other one in the meantime. So, this is another moment that, you know.
Why is he doing what he's doing?
As far as what? Give me a specific
anything. Give me pick your own example and give it to me.
I'm not giving you anything.
Give me an example.
I'll tell you what.
I'll give you an example. You've read Amazing Fantasy number 15, right?
Let's talk about. Go back to ISOM. What about it? Are you asking? What specific?
Wait. You've read Amazing Fantasy number 15,
action?
Right?
What specific action are you asking? Pretending? No. I'm gonna get stuck on this one. You've read Amazing Fantasy number 15, right? Are you what? Let's talk about ISOM. You just asked me a question. Let's quit moving the goalposts. What specifically about the?
There are plenty of people that don't know who Spider-Man is, dipshit.
Suffering Steve Ditko.
My favorite part about that.
How can you not
my
know?
favorite. Sorry. My favorite part about that moment is where Eric levels the defense that plenty of people don't know who Spider-Man is.
That's the hardest part of the whole story.
Which is not even really an issue at all. That's not even what was being mentioned.
Right.
Yeah, it's just By the way,
he admitted by doing that he didn't know, and
he doesn't say like, "Of course I know Spider-Man's origin." It's like many people don't know, and that's fine.
I'm not the only guy who pretends to be a comic book expert on YouTube and doesn't know what one of the most famous comic books there is. I'm not the only one.
I have a reprint of it right behind me right now, actually, just on my shelf. Just oh my god!
But here's a little bit of news, by the way, from Ed Pop Counterculture on stream here. Edited this together, and it's fucking phenomenal.
February 5th, 2023. Eric July debated organized chaos for 3.5 hours.
What do you mean new legacy care? Are you talking about knockoff versions? Is that what you're referring to?
While Bob went on with his life, Eric stayed on air for another 2 hours to declare himself the winner. This is what winning looks like.
I'm not gonna use aggression on you, but all I'm saying is people done got knocked the fuck out for a lot less. Don't let me go to a con and his motherfucking ass is there. You've left your parents or your children with a single mom. You left your children with a single fucking mom, divorced, fat, and out of shape, right? And white, right? And white, right? Right and white, right? Got this jackass in the chat. Here's this. Eric is so immature. This is how I think he says. Eric is so immature and insecure, resorting to fat jokes, making fun of his family situation, and threat of physical violence. You're an inch shorter than me, and I got more on you, but I'm built. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't no fucking, like, you see what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm actually built. I'm built for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not fucking, like, this is a solid 215. You see what I'm saying? Right? Solid. Look at this. This is a solid 215. Right? I'm built like a goddamn brick.
So just real quick, he's not physically threatening me. He's just talking about how he's built to talk about comic books on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, I will never feel embarrassed about myself ever on the internet ever again.
After watching that.
I'm just like, oh, child, no, please.
Why did you do this, man? And look, I mean, you know, we're not like we don't like to overblow our effect on any of this content or anything, but it's impossible not to see a direct through line from that debate to just kind of where he's at now, where like it's not good. You know, he's kind of a lol cow, not just, you know, we kind of got the ball rolling, and from there it just the ball rolled into kind of chud space, and now like most of the chuds are also think he's fucking embarrassing and a grifter, and it's kind of magical, you know. And
sharks taste blood in the water.
Yeah,
that's exactly what happened, I think, to be honest. I
love it when our favorite people fight. I love it.
So who was the winner of that?
The winner, surprisingly, but not surprisingly, is Eric July versus Organized Chaos Aftermath.
Okay.
Well, and 72% of the votes.
There you go.
We extended an invite to Eric to accept the award. We haven't heard back. But you know.
I can't imagine why.
So, do we have a visual for what the Chuddy Award looks like? I'm sure Eric would like to see what he won.
Yeah, I'll bring that up in a second. But for right now, actually, we do have someone who was willing to accept it on his behalf. So, you know, thanks, man.
Eric July, I would like to announce that I will be accepting tonight's awards on behalf of the Fandom Menace as young PP Little. To clarify, this is in no way related to his totally unavoidable lawsuit. I'd also like to add that my speaking fees have been lowered from $35 to $5, also for reasons unrelated to Eric July's brilliant business decisions.
Okay.
Wow. You know, it really says something that he kicked you guys' kicked you guys' ass so bad, and then also has the kindness to do this for you guys. You know.
Yeah.
He has a big heart.
Look, he calls himself PP Little, but he's big in other areas.
Yeah.
You know, for anybody that's not familiar with the
up for it.
references made there, so like Eric July's comic books were originally $35 when they were being sold. You know, on 35 plus, depending on if you got a variant cover or signed or chromium bullshit or slabbed or whatnot. Upwards of like each one could be. I think there was some that were like $120 if they were signed and slabbed and whatnot. Now he you know, I guess 2 years later after he started selling these comics, they're on sale for like $5 a piece sometimes. Bob got 4 different issues for a total of $23 on eBay in a bidding war with 2 other people. And you're a comic book guy, right? Like,
oh yeah.
That's
What's funny is Eric July is in my upcoming video this week, actually. So I did take photos of his comic book prices on the video because it's so on his site. He's selling something for $125 for the first issue.
I feel
if
like I should warn you Anthony, right now.
Value, right? And like that, if it's
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
If the comic is valuable, it holds that value, right? Like you're not going to sell that for a far lower price if it is a valuable comic, right?
100%. And the other factor too is that the more you force an issue to be valuable, oftentimes the less valuable it is. One of the top 10 comics of all time is X-Men #1 from the 90s, the Jim Lee cover and all that. Had like the oh, there we go, exactly. Everyone has a copy of it, so it's worth like 10 cents. You know, you can buy it for 10 cents now because there's millions of them floating around, like the super special edition holographic covers, and buy for 5 pennies at a fucking Comic-Con. It's not even a big deal. Because the thing is, the more you force it, the cheaper it becomes.
Right.
It's interesting. So it's a totally decent book too, but it is not like it does not deserve the rank of best book of like all time or anything like that. It's just a decent book. And
I mean, it deserves credit for what it did at that moment.
Yeah.
Like they put out a hell of a campaign to get people to buy into this new X-Men title. You know what I mean? And that's what, like, I'm sure all of us are of a similar age that got that book, right? Like,
yeah.
And that set the cartoon into motion and everything that, you know, came after it. It starts with that comic, but yeah.
Well, the thing also is it's interesting is that because, well, not even that comic, that would be the Chris Claremont comic, which is worth a lot. The crazy thing is that X-Men #1 happened during the big speculative boom, right? Where they kept saying this comic will be valuable. This comic will appreciate in value from years from now. And because everyone bought into that, it became valueless. So you'd think that emulating that same strategy would result in similar results, which in fact it did. By saying my Isom comic #1 is going to be the most valuable thing in the world, and it's priced at this high, price point, yeah, it's going to depreciate in value because you're following the same metrics that the other ones followed, and they screwed themselves up with that one. Not sure I phrased that correctly, but you get the gist.
I think I understand. So what you're saying is the 5 people who buy the next Eric July comic, they're really going to have a unique collector's item.
Talking about. Yeah, you see my logic there.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is for real. The numbers from the Rippaverse website, how things have gone with each release. Graphic added by me, but it kind of tells a story that and then as the extra text here says, this Yaira #1, they did all this kind of shady shit to get it to the numbers that it's at. And you can tell that it's kind of janky because it's got fewer purchasers than the previous one, yet it made more money, which is kind of interesting. So, it's just...
I don't know if he does this for all. He definitely did this for Yaira, where he shuts down his whole online store, then funnels all of his purchases through that campaign. So every purchase done on the store essentially goes into that campaign and can be counted to that campaign. Shady shit.
But we will win, guys. We will win. Okay. So that's their motto. That's what
do you guys want me to talk about my warehouse for about an hour now?
Yeah, I'm about to say, is he bragging about his warehouse these days? I'm pretty sure it's
the stock photo.
Yeah,
we'll save that for
the Amazon
we'll save that for the
photo.
best warehouse award later on in the show.
It's
that Shutterstock use.
We actually have
money on there. I got
340 awards to give away tonight, so we got to keep rolling. That's one. Let's keep going.
Maybe I did bring just enough Black Label for this one. Okay, cool, excellent.
Turf Nation,
you there, Turf?
Are you
there?
Sorry, I was watching. DJ sent a video on Discord. I was just watching that. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. What?
You're just watching.
What's next?
We're about to win $1,000 if you responded to the next 3 seconds, but you were quiet. So sorry, you lost.
Damn.
I'm not gonna make rent this month now. Damn it. I'm not gonna
do you want the next one?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you don't mind.
Yeah. I do mind. No. Next up, we have the category of funniest Chud meltdown.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Yeah. And some of
for that.
So I have a technical question.
Yes.
Is it funny, ha ha, or funny? Ugh?
Yes.
What's the metric?
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
That's the best we can.
Absolutely.
Up to interpretation.
Or is it funny?
Should I preemptively pour myself a drink now, or wait till disappointment in humanity settles in first?
That's
all up to you.
Really. I have to say, make sure to have a drink on hand.
Cheers.
I got this.
Take a drink before and after.
That's a recipe for pain in the morning.
So we have obviously the Eric July post Bob debate is a good little meltdown.
Yeah.
We had some people who because for this one I was allowed people to to give their own suggestions, and a lot of them were saying, for some reason, actual fandom in the chat of Nerdette Newsstand.
Yeah.
What happened there, Dane?
Oh, well, so a human cigarette decided to, speak through her tracheotomy and to push bullshit that actually is harmful to children just because she's desperate for views and to try to paint me as some kind of a groomer. Because I said, something like, we don't need to just like stomp skulls of people who have not, offended against children but have expressed that they have some problems. Those people should be treated, you know what I mean? And not just like fucking beaten to death, which apparently is her notion of how to do things. So therefore I'm a groomer, she's who even is she? You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I was pretty pissed off about that shit because she was just fucking making a bunch of shit up in a conversation with Bob and didn't like it. So I had I'd say I had a meltdown. Sure. If you consider me typing a bunch of facts fast, a meltdown. So
yeah,
well,
when you throw facts at people, that is having a meltdown. I've learned that from Chuds.
I think it's wild that the lady who like gets upset at us if we make like a slightly mean joke about any chud, like makes a whole ass fucking video about like, and she does it because she says we're too mean, right? And we're just like them. Meanwhile, Dane is over here being like, maybe we could be a little more empathetic towards people. And she's like, he's a groomer.
Yeah. Yep.
I think I missed a lot.
It really boils down to she just doesn't understand what words mean. You know what I mean? That's really what it was.
This is also deeper lore.
There's an ongoing. I don't know that it's ongoing now.
I was about to say it's not really ongoing. If it's ongoing, it's one way because we haven't really approached anything.
Yeah, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time, and it's not really my name either.
All I'll say is that the good thing about Nerdette is that if her like behavior after her debate with Eric July is any indication, if we're just nice to her for like 10 minutes, it doesn't matter what the fuck we do after that. She just wants us to be nice to her. We could completely not change our behavior. She'll totally be cool with us after that, like 10 minutes of kindness.
Yep.
And so the winner by a pretty large margin
Or the
was...
other.
Oh wait, who were the other nominees?
Yeah, we just know Dane was nominated.
I was nominated by writing.
Dane, Eric July, Tim Pool got nominated as well.
Oh God.
Oh boy. What did Timothy do?
When he quit?
I think it was the Sam Cedar thing, or was it the Emma thing?
Oh,
it was.
Might have been the Emma thing. I think.
Yeah, I mean it's up to interpretation.
Just
he has
Tim Pool.
Throw a dart, you'll hit Tim Pool.
Tim Pool is a meltdown itself. And yeah, that's it. Because there's also someone who said a Sam Hyde radio phone in, which I don't know, but maybe you guys know.
No idea.
It doesn't ring a bell for me.
Yes. But so the final nomination and also the winner by quite a lot is Heel versus Babyface with his Starfield pronouns rant.
Deserved.
Yeah.
The only thing after a year anyone remembers about Starfield.
Yeah,
and Heel versus
ironically, yeah.
About both.
That's the only thing anyone remembers about Az.
That's
not true. I also remember one other thing about Starfield, that all the modders left because they couldn't freaking stand the game. That
yeah.
and Az.
See, I remember one other thing about Az, which is that he can't call a book a trade paperback.
Really? Actually, yeah. I do know one other thing about him that I put in my video on Friday, so I'm going to do that for Shilling.
Tease.
Wait,
all I know is
like
about
every softback trade papers.
Yes, that's what he called them, softback.
Yeah, I picked up some softback trade papers today. What? That's what everybody calls it, right?
I mean, yeah, I've got a few clips here we could check out, like very quick stuff that just kind of gives.
Are you guys gaslighting Ant right now?
To be fair, he is British. Maybe that's what they're called in Britain. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. So there we got this we can look at.
We need nothing but media.
I'm sad. I'm depressed. I'm on antidepressants up the wazoo, literally.
I can't get off Satan ass, bro.
Social media, I think it's reality. I'm cripplingly lonely, and I'm desperate for attention. And so I put in my bio a shitload of flags and gained other people's opinions as my own and call myself...
Sorry.
Even face can't be. That's what he really said. That's what that was the word choice he decided to put out in the public sphere of the internet.
He was taking on the persona, I believe, if he was just trying to create some straw man of like I don't know, like some kind of woke person, it's just the problem is he didn't really couch it with enough preface to like I was just like, oh, I just got to clip out the first like 2 seconds of that, and it kind of takes on a completely different form here.
Yeah. Well, I think as we know, only woke people have mental health issues, which is why right-wing white guys never commit mass shootings or anything like that.
No,
there is no crisis of young men's mental health. I want to thank Az for debunking all that stuff.
Sure.
So now we don't have to worry about it anymore. Thank you.
I'm very happy.
Look, I mean, I think we all kind of live far from each other. Otherwise, we might. To be honest, there might be more.
It's long distance cuddling, Yeah.
In my heart, no one invited me to this. I feel very offended that no one invited me to this big cuddle match.
Same, man.
I wasn't invited.
That's
what the
after
hell?
the stream, guys.
Look,
I know.
We're all
Bob,
we're
not
all-
there.
We're all Tolkien characters.
Keep those postures up there.
Yeah.
We are all Tolkien characters on a quest here. Of course, we cuddle each other and hold each other's hands and kiss one another, say we love you, sleep with our heads in each other's lap, and manly things like that. That
Just
we're
like
just
Tolkien
taking.
intended.
Just like Tolkien
Yes.
intended.
Of course,
Yeah. So masculine.
Who's who?
You guys
Both
have no idea
waitresses.
what's going on below this. This line, this is the mystery line.
There's a reason
lot of
I'm not
fun
on
down
screen
here.
right now.
But I think this is probably the thing that everybody's really. Oh wait, there's no sound to this.
There's
What
no
the hell?
sound.
Okay.
It's
I
not-
did
oh
make
my
one that
God.
had audio.
I was just fucking jump scared.
What was that?
Dave, what you been doing?
It had its whole rant and everything added to it at one point. I guess I just kept the earlier version and shouldn't have. Yeah. What? Who won? What was the winner? What happened?
As one.
As his pronoun.
As
rant,
one.
Which,
Of course,
I mean, I will go ahead and say, just as somebody who thought that rant was the dumbest thing I've ever seen, his delivery was hilarious. Holy shit.
It was.
I feel like he practiced. I feel like he practiced.
Yeah,
You can tell,
I did feel
like
very practiced.
when you watch it, there's a couple of points when he's kind of like stops and goes, "Okay, I got to kind of pivot a little bit, shift the energy a bit." You know what I mean? Like he's definitely somebody who, look, I'm not a skinny guy. I've never been a skinny guy, so I understand what it's like to be a kid of a certain age who probably practiced Chris Farley impressions a lot. Okay, and I think that's what he I think he comes from that yoke. So
He's a theater kid. That's real theater kid throwing the script
or
down.
he's a bedroom mirror theater kid who never had the balls to just like actually be a theater kid.
There we go. That could be it. That could be it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. His delivery was pretty good.
Yeah.
The cadence of it, especially if he was faking it, like they all fake their outrage. So,
nope, nobody's accepting.
Good
that one.
performance.
No one should accept Az. He should be alone and unloved. He knows.
I also love how I love
think
how
the
he creates his
SMC
own
doesn't even
verb.
like Az. Why would we?
I think the real acceptance of this award would be Dead Domain for selling stickers of Az's face screaming pronouns. That's the real acceptance.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, they really take home the actual award, which is actual money for
I want to
capitalizing.
I kind of want one.
I think it's interesting that like the lasting legacy of that clip is that it's in every single like decently thought out Starfield video within the first 10 minutes, so that the guy can be like, "I'm not gonna do this dumb shit. Don't worry, let's go on to the real stuff."
Yeah, the legacy endures. I was watching somebody stream Dragon Age just casually. I caught a streamer out in the wild who was playing Dragon Age: The Veilguard, and I wanted to see what they were thinking of it, and they were just making their character, and you can do like a bunch of gender customization, and they got to the pronouns part, and like without any hesitation, they were just like, "Whoa, nobody show the Starfield guy this," and I was like, his legacy endures.
Right.
Well, look,
he's a part of the culture now.
I'm tired of the pronoun rant, honestly. Like it's just been played out. But I do have an edit from even before that I made. This is about She-Hulk, and you're definitely not going to want to watch the whole thing. Some of you will start to feel sick as we watch it.
Is this what I think it is? Is it the wedding episode?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, this is just you'll see.
Hi everyone, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface. Let's just have a little bit of a chit chat. Let's just have a little bit of a chit chat about She-Hulk. She-Hulk's gonna be a whore, you know, quite like women, quite aggressively, for the most part. Oh yeah, that thick ass.
Yeah.
I like it. You know, because women pretty cool. Helping to bury my head between her big old. Yeah, this is the weirdest boner I've ever had.
All right.
That's not what I thought was. Okay.
That was I was just trying to create a fever dream. You know,
I think that's the video that kills you in 7 days
look,
if you watch it.
I just this is what happens.
Oh,
Like, you look at my content, you guys will notice it's very rare that I've ever just covered a single video by a chud. Ironically, like you would think that I had, but most of the time, something will happen. Like what happened with that, I was like, I'm going to watch his She-Hulk review, and I'm going to cover just that review, right? And about like 15 minutes in, or just maybe 10 minutes into watching the thing, I'm just like, oh my fucking god, I can't stand this shit, and I just start cutting stuff out of it, throwing it into the editor, and just like doing shit like out of aggression, like I'm lashing out like a fucking pissed off cat or something like that. And and I come out with something like that, because I just can't.
Gene, where did the clips come from? Where did those CG? It wasn't your personal collection, was it? It was like something you looked up, right? You had to find it.
So this
They came from Gary Nerdrotic's id. That's where they came from.
Oh, okay.
So the next award,
Bob.
That's just all over YouTube. Oddly, like seriously, Google She-Hulk.
Guys, I promise it's all over.
I believe it.
It's fucking everything.
I believe you know. I believe it.
Existed long before I ever looked for any kind of She-Hulk clips. It's there. Anyway, all right.
These existed before I got into them myself. Yeah.
There's not enough alcohol in the world for this conversation, is there?
Let's just move
Are
on.
you from Wisconsin?
What
We
is
might have
next,
enough
sir?
alcohol in Wisconsin for that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Maybe.
New Jersey's got you covered. We got it covered. I know a guy who works in waste management. He'll ship some more over to you. There may be some body parts floating in it, but it's good stuff. Trust me.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. What's a little body part between friends?
Hey, listen. It's infusion.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
And you end up with some pickled meat at the end as well.
We all lost, man.
We all lost.
Yeah.
It's
Perfect
off for
Thanksgiving.
losers.
All right, what's next, Turf?
All right, so we have the next category is Best Chud L.
Or are we not mixing any Shillies with these Chuddies? We're just doing straight Chuddies?
I mean, I was thinking
I
that,
think
but
we're just
like,
going through the votes, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed like you guys wanted to go through the votes, but we can also do a Shilly.
Well, yeah, we might as well,
We need a palate
Let's
cleanser,
mix
I
the
think.
negative with the positive here.
Yeah.
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 Otherwise, the livers are going to start to fail pretty quickly here.
I feel like I'm being called out, but I'll go with it.
We do not want Anthony's death on our conscience.
I'm not calling anyone out here, but everyone who's drinking right now.
Listen, there's plenty of this left. It's fine. It's a used bottle. It's only a couple zips of it.
Oh, okay. You haven't already drank that much?
God, no, of course. I didn't pre-game to this. You kidding? I knew this would happen.
What about, do we want to just go ahead and give out the award for the voice that we, somebody got like 100% on that one, right?
Oh yeah. Like best like voice?
Yeah.
Or sexiest anti-chud voice.
That's the one.
Oh,
yeah.
And
we put we had every possibility for people. We had Pillar of Garbage, we had Dane, we had everyone, Birdman, all of them. Everyone was an option here, but somehow one person got 100% of the votes, and it's congratulations, Organized Chaos.
Okay.
I'm really happy to learn about this. This is great.
So, do you have anything to say?
I worked hard with my voice.
Inhale a little helium, it'll help the voice.
Yeah.
Been practicing hard.
I'm Bob. I'm Bad Face.
At some point, I'll do a video like this, and my voice will be dead for like a week.
Wait, you're doing something
Bob, you have a bad voice.
My voice is like beautiful. I don't know what you're talking about. It's ridiculous.
The voice of an angel.
No, it's just the
Biblically
stupid,
accurate
laziest fucking comment that he's gotten so many times that it's just like, come on, man. Like, you know, when you're talking
Hey,
about
man.
guys.
It's Nerdrotic's big debunk of me is about how I should use
Right.
AI for my voice.
I don't know anything about this organized chaos guy, but I know he doesn't have a good voice for YouTube.
Yeah.
You know?
I definitely
and
have
I
not been
know
watching
about
him.
the bullshit lie that Eric July told him about him as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Also, he fucked your mom.
Apparently.
And, look, you know,
Bob
Nerd
fucked
Rock
my
doesn't-
mom. So
Nerd Rock doesn't have a face for YouTube, and so he's really doesn't shit talk.
They don't call him motherfucking Bob for nothing.
All right. Very serious awards here.
Yes.
Only
This is
like
award ceremony, guys.
Yeah.
What do we got, Turf?
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
yes, best Chud L. We have 4 nominations. One that's been there for all the others. Eric July loses debate to organized chaos. That is an L. But then we have critical drinker can't mention a Japanese film.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that. It warms my heart every time.
It is one of my favorite clips of all time.
It really is mine too. It's I don't know how someone could be like. That might be the first moment that, like, a couple of years ago when I saw it, when I was just like, "Wow, this shit is really paper thin, isn't it, guys?" Like they got fucking nothing most of the time. You
Yeah,
know?
like, bro, mention any Godzilla film or any anime, and you're good.
Right.
Yeah.
Drive My Car is a great
Dude,
film.
I don't know what you guys talk about. He's a movie expert. You know this because he writes airport books.
Yep.
I mean, he is technically a filmmaker now.
Airport bookstore
Yeah.
dad bait, I call it. Here it is, the classic.
There's a reason people like in the West are starting to draw more and more towards Korean or Japanese filmmaking. It's precisely because it's a bit different from what we get. And that's a good thing.
Yeah, what is the most recent Japanese film or at least entertainment that you enjoyed so far?
What am I thinking of? See, a lot of them would be older ones, like Old Boy, for example. I really enjoyed that one. I know it's not Japanese, but yeah, probably stuff like that. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, I really like that. And it's like Chinese, I think. But yeah, like it's.
I love that whoever he's talking to there, like the look on his face is like, "Sure, bro."
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Keep
the
going.
guy on the
Anime
left
at
really
this
sells that clip. I think it makes it look twice as funny.
The thing is, the interviewer even like gives him a way out because at first he says like favorite Japanese movie, but then he says entertainment in general. He could have said anything, right? Like he could have
video
just
game.
said,
He could
yeah, a
have
video game, Final Fantasy. He could have fucking said Pokemon, like anything Japanese, and he can't mention one thing. Say fucking Tokyo Drift.
He has videos about
At least it's fucking set in Japan.
Brothers.
He's literally made videos about One Piece.
Just like
he could just say that.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Just name a Kurosawa movie.
He hasn't seen a Kurosawa movie.
Didn't
But
even
he's
mention
heard the
Right,
word
everyone
Seven
knows-
Samurai, probably.
Yeah, everyone knows the
Studio
title of
Ghibli
at
or
least
some shit.
one.
I don't think
Name a
Godzilla
Miyazaki
was
movie.
out at that point, but like
I
I
mean,
mean Parasite was for sure.
I mean, I wish I could say the name of Takashi Miike film. He's made 100 of those, but like that might be too underground. The Ace Attorney
for
movie,
a
that's too
film
obscure.
expert.
Exactly. That being said, Audition is probably one of the
It
best.
boggles the
movies.
mind how somebody would dare to make a claim like that and literally have nothing to fucking back up.
Like it's it's not even that he can't mention a Japanese film. It's also they're very old. The two movies he does mention, like he doesn't even mention like newer Korean or Chinese films.
And then there's the nuance too, the tinge of racism, right? Let's be honest, of where like he's, you know, he's just, you can see it in his mind. He's got a file of just like movies with people that kind of look like that and in that area, right? You know what I mean? Like that's how he's filing these things away, and he's like, you know, I don't know, that's stuff like that, you know. I don't know, you know, Chinese, I think, I don't know, like.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
right.
It makes a lot of sense to have that kind of like Orientalist kind of perspective, because that's a huge part of the political right's kind of current thesis is like, well, Western culture has become so degenerate, you know, we need more traditional relationships and traditional women, you know, and then a lot of them will have like fetishes for women from East Asia for that same reason. And they'll, you know, I mean, this came up, I don't know if you guys remember way back, not that I necessarily love either of these guys, but there was a debate with JonTron and Destiny like forever ago, where JonTron went on a very similar rant about Japan being like the ideal society. A lot of problems with that. But the idea that, well, if you went to one of these other countries, you know, like their women know how to behave is kind of what tinges a lot of the way that the Critical Drinker talks about like other countries and versus like Western nations and nations in the global North. I think that he's kind of got that weird racial bias going on there. Something funny.
Yeah. I love the idea of, because I've also heard that argument before that, like, oh, you know, Western media, they don't know what like traditional relationships are anymore, so we need to be looking towards. And I know like Critical Drinker said the same thing, and then him using Old Boy, it's just like
in that lens, it's very funny.
That's a traditional relationship if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, and well, also like a lot of the, well, I was just gonna say a lot of the like stuff from Japan specifically that becomes very popular in the West is also stuff that like challenges a lot of things like gender norms, the kind of stuff that the Critical Drinker is really really fixated on, you know, like Dark Souls is a massive initially cult classic, then a big breakout hit. Elden Ring's kind of the same deal, and they all have all those games have characters that defy the gender binary. I mean, the DLC for Elden Ring that came out this year, a big, I hate to spoil this for anybody, but a big plot point is a marriage between two half siblings, and they're both boys. So like, you know, not exactly what I would call like a conventional relationship.
No, it's a little out there.
Well, the half sibling thing, I guess, for like European royalty wouldn't have been too out of the question, but the two boys thing definitely.
Those damn Europeans.
Well,
so,
look at
those
the most popular anime of all time too. You know, you got stuff like Cardcaptor Sakura, Sailor Moon, Rose of Versailles, Revolutionary Girl Utena, Madoka, Yuri on Ice. I mean, I wouldn't count that as on top tier with Sailor Moon, but like those are a couple off the top of my head right there, all queer relationships. I did a video on Drama One Half the other day, which granted got a lot of critical feedback from a certain audience, but that's a show where the main character switches genders when they're doused in water. You know, it's like there's a lot of queer themes in Japanese media.
When you look at a lot of anime, and the protagonists are all people who don't want to be there today. Like they are, when you look at like anime, all of the main protagonists are all people who want to be anywhere but there today. It's all people forced in these situations who are just traumatized. They're not manly men. They're people in a bad situation getting fucked up and more fucked up by the day.
Well, yeah, and like the whole isekai genre is kind of like regular like salarymen and like working class people trying to escape like the day-to-day of Japanese society.
It's wild how it used to be like such a different genre too with isekai, where it used to be like girls going on adventures and meeting cool boys, and then like in 2012 when Sword Art came out, it's like, actually Japan sucks. Let's all leave and go.
We're all gonna go to Fantasyland. Yeah,
the happy ending is where they die and go somewhere else.
Yeah, which is
horrible. But
if I could actually stay on that One Piece thing for just half a second, because it really tickles me. The Critical Drinker, I haven't gotten the opportunity to talk about this. Maybe I should. But the Critical Drinker put out a series of videos. Some of them like stream compilation kind of videos, but some of them like actual scripted material, where he kind of in a slanted way talks about One Piece like it's in terms of the adaptation and stuff, like a huge part of what makes it great is that it's like more traditional masculinity. And I just got to say, like, first of all, there is literally a transgender character in the cast of One Piece that has been
Multiple.
more.
Right.
So even by recent like One Piece discourse, that's not true. But actually, my favorite One Piece character is a character named Ivankov, who is this like kind of glam rock, like kind of quasi cross-dressing character who literally their power is that they can manipulate hormones and make people the opposite sex. So the whole like qualifier for joining like their army is to change one's own sex, and they can do it to themselves, and they often do. And they're like the revolutionary army that supports Luffy's dad in this like whole plot thing that's going on in the background of the series. So there's a persistent element of One Piece, setting aside all the left-wing stuff, setting aside any individual characters with different identities. There's a persistent element of One Piece that's like, if you want to change the world, your biggest allies will be queer people. And he just completely sets that aside, and he just ignores that. Because I mean, I assume he doesn't know anything about One Piece. Even there's a lot of One Piece to catch up on. I'm just somebody who reads it occasionally.
It's massive.
Hold on. Are you implying that the critical drinker did not watch One Piece?
I don't think he's read
Far
any of
be
it.
it from me to insinuate.
Well, I'll say this too. I've been seeing a lot of memes recently of like Asuka from Evangelion being used to say like, remember when media used to be not woke, and they'll use her as like a platform for it. I saw a few of these like that. I'm like, oh, Evangelion, the series that has Baikon Shinji Ikari and his struggles with sexuality when he meets the pretty twink boy who shows him attention for 5 seconds.
Yep.
That's the one you're going with. That's the one
That's the one, huh?
That's
We're
the
doing
one, huh?
this. Ava is a mess of sexuality. It's all about the mess of sexuality. The robots and the Godzilla music are just there for ambiance, really.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean,
anyone who
he was
watches
the
that
umbilical
thinking it's
cable.
just like a mecha anime,
It's wrong.
they're just wrong.
It's
They're
not even
getting into
mecha.
something they
It's
don't
more
know.
Kaiju than mecha.
It's
really.
more kaiju
Yeah.
than mecha. Like
Yeah.
down to the musical keys in the show are inspired by the music in Godzilla.
And then, ironically, those musical keys from Evangelion inspired musical keys from Godzilla when Hideaki Anno made Shin Godzilla.
Yep.
Another movie that the critical drinker could have mentioned that was well known. Shin Godzilla.
Right.
I mean, I don't even think Minus
Shin
One's out
Godzilla
in time,
fucking rules, man.
Shin Godzilla is great. I hate when people are like, "Oh no, Godzilla Minus One's so great. Shin Godzilla sucks now." No, they're both great, but
They're
differently
both great.
They're both fantastic, but for very different reasons.
Yeah, Shin
Minus One's
Godzilla is
probably
more.
better, but they're
Yeah,
both great.
Yeah, Shin Godzilla is more like an actual horror kind of vibe to it, and also this weird satirical, like comedic edge. Whereas Minus One is just like an incredibly well-made, crowd-pleasing blockbuster, which is there's nothing wrong with that. But Shin
It's
Godzilla.
also a great. Oh, sorry, cut you
No,
off.
go
there,
ahead, go
sorry.
ahead.
I was going to say, it's also a great thematic run through line with Godzilla Minus One. I think emotionally, Minus One hits harder.
Yeah.
But also, Shin Godzilla has like that cosmic horror. We realize that even Godzilla hates being here because he's like his body's flaying itself. Like that stuff's intense, man.
Yeah.
So
Shin
who,
Godzilla.
so who are the
is
other
a haunting
nominees?
Not Godzilla Minus One, I guess, but
yeah, no,
No, which is a great movie, but it's not haunting. by any means.
Because we were
Godzilla minus one.
going over the nominees for best Chud L. I think.
Yes.
Right?
I don't think that's Godzilla Minus One.
No, that's not L.
Godzilla Minus One.
No.
Such a shut out.
Such a shut out.
And did we get it? Did we give it to? Or was it voted for the drinker one thing, or what was it?
Well, we haven't heard all of the nominees yet.
Yeah, that was just one of the nominations.
That's
we all had to dunk that
Spoilers,
drinker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real quick before then, Eric Debunks has sent us just a little message.
Okay.
From work.
What's up, people at the Shillcast? This is Eric. I wish I could be there tonight, but I am still stuck at work, almost an hour away from being home. So I'm trying to get out of here so I can get back there and jump on with you guys. But if I do not make it before the end of the stream, just know I hope you guys have a great time. Shout out to everybody that put this together, everybody who voted, and let's do this.
Fuck it.
Awesome.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you, Eric.
bringing
Thank
the
you, Eric.
sexy vibes to the stream here. Thanks.
At
Eric.
this rate,
Air flags in the background. That was pretty great.
yeah.
let's make
At
Eric
this rate,
proud.
we'll be streaming until daybreak, so he'll have.
Oh yeah, I
plenty
mean,
of-
with the pace we're going, it's gonna be my fucking daytime here. in
Yeah, somebody
Denver.
call Nerdrotic, get some meth on. You know, like let's fucking let's fucking stay going all weekend long. No, yes.
Next
I mean, it
time.
might. It might.
So the next
Right.
nomination is the whole Tenet situation.
Oh, Tenet Media.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
All
that's
the
a, that's
all
a
the
big L. That's a
all
big...
the foreign influence.
Yeah, that's like actually international news.
Right.
It feels like it's a little more than just an L.
Did any of you see Lauren Chen before our Parliament committee in Canada? And she's like, she won't even say her own name. It's like, are you Lauren Chen? She's like, I will not comment on that. And it's just like,
Like she's Christ before Pontius Pilate. Like,
Yeah,
you say so.
Listen,
That's
we
amazing.
don't know if
Sovereign
these guys are
citizen shit
Russian
right there.
shells. We really don't. We just have
In
these.
these days, it's not just that we are funding the war. Everyone knows that we're funding a war, which you might argue if you're funding the war, if you're paying for the war, maybe that means you're in the war, but we've never actually gotten authorization for this war. Our leaders keep telling us that this is the most important thing in town.
This is psychotic. Ukraine is the enemy of this country. Ukraine is our enemy, being funded by the Democrats. I will stress this again. One of the greatest enemies of our nation right now is Ukraine. Ukraine is the greatest threat to this nation and to the world. We should rescind all funding and financing, pull out all military support, and we should apologize to Russia.
Yeah, no, that seems legit. That seems like an honest take.
unbiased.
Yeah,
Now, that's
he
what I
had
call
no idea.
subtlety.
He had
He's
no
I love
idea.
his little. I love his little slapping of his little
Yeah.
little boy hands on the desk.
His little boy.
I love how
We
he
need to
look up when
send
he's
an
saying it.
apology letter to Putin directly with little hearts and
Yeah.
kisses on it.
I'm so sorry,
This is-
Putin.
This is kind of
I already
a
have this letter
deep
drafted.
cut.
You just need to sign it and send it.
This is kind
Little
of a
Hershey's kisses in there too. It's just to make sure.
I just want to say this is kind of a deep cut because that Tim Pool clip reminded me of something where he slams on the desk. Anybody who was here like from the old days, you might remember that clip that went like semi-viral of Sargon of Akkad just beating the hell out of his desk, yelling "fuck you, Bernie," from like the 2016
I
election.
vaguely
I don't know.
remember
I don't know if anybody else remembers that.
I'm sure
Maybe
I've
I've been
seen the
doing this for
clip.
too long.
That sounds amazing. That may also be
I
a
want
sign
to
you've been
watch
here
that.
too long.
Yeah.
Take
Dude, I until you brought up, I forgot about fucking Sargon of Akkad. Jesus Christ, that's a deep cut.
I have a hard time forgetting that one.
Yeah.
The debate with the one feminist, and he's just like, I may have overprepared for this debate. when he,
Oh,
like,
the
lost.
Christy Winners debate. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
crazy.
Where he's like, I'm sorry, guys, I overprepared, and I. You can see that because it said nothing of any value in the whole time.
Do you remember his
That-
petition to get feminism out of universities?
Yes, I do recall
And
that.
if
Did
you
he win?
clicked on the link to it, it was one sentence that said "remove feminism now" or something like that.
Very articulate.
Well, I mean,
Truly
you
a
need to
speaker
be.
of the
He really thought that one out.
Yeah, you need to get specific so that people know exactly what you're talking about.
It's like
What
it's
do we
like
remove?
these
whole petition on
F1
Twitter, so
Stop.
get more signatures that way.
That guy still
So-
like haunts me for some reason. I was playing the new like Prince of Persia Lost Crown game this year, and the main character is called Sargon. And when I first heard that, I was like, no,
God. No.
it's
Yeah.
him. He's haunting me.
Sargon of Akkad was a real historical figure in,
Yeah.
I believe, in
Right.
Mesopotamia or
Yeah.
Babylon.
I can double check and
thousands of
confirm
years
that
ago.
if you want.
Yeah, it was called the Akkadian dynasty or whatever. There was like a few
Oh yeah, the
historical figures with that name. Yeah,
it's right there in his name,
The
Sargon of
Akkadian
Akkad.
Empire.
Yeah,
It was actually so it took over some of the Sumerian city-states, but it was not quite
There
the
we go.
same as Mesopotamia. It was like an outside force that kind of took some of the border in. It's a weird little chapter in history that no one studies, unfortunately.
and
Yeah,
I'm
the
sure
bummer
he's very whatever afterlife he's in. I'm sure he's very pleased with his legacy in the new Sargon of Akkad,
Oh yeah. Well, it's actually
bringing
funny you should
honor
bring
to the
that up.
name.
I don't think he'd even notice.
The internet figure
Huh.
Sargon of Akkad used to have as his YouTube profile picture. I don't know if he still does, but used to have a like a bronze bust that the picture of which was from the Wikipedia entry for the historical figure Sargon of Akkad. But I
But it wasn't actually
believe
Sargon
the
of Akkad,
caption, the caption of it is supposedly says that it's historians think it portrays a different figure from the Akkadian line. So,
which is just so Carl. It's
Yeah.
fucking so Carl.
He didn't even know where the Akkadian Empire's like capital was. That's how
Right.
little we actually know about these people that he decided to
So-
base his entire identity on.
Yeah, so fake Sargon using fake Sargon as an avatar is pretty on brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fitting.
Makes sense.
Fitting.
Yeah.
So who's the winner?
Culturally appropriative.
So yes. So and then the last nomination we have is Zack Snyder calls out Geeks and Gamers. Which is an iconic clip.
It is iconic.
I do love that.
Yes. And I was personally hoping for that one to win because I feel like it's very iconic. And however, yesterday actually there was two answers or two nominations that were tied, but I see we've gotten one more response. I think that's probably Bob. But the whole Tenet situation has won.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Well,
Wow, good.
No, international drama does, I think, win out on everything else.
I
we
mean,
talk
it
about.
is just a Chudell after all, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but
Just
to me,
the
hundreds of
fact that we
millions of
know
dollars.
Russian money
But yeah.
being surged through them.
these are like 2 points on a timeline to me that are like almost like furthest from each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like you got that moment with Snyder, which is just like a holy shit that their shit's getting busted wide open by their fucking hero on stream right now, right? And then holy shit, they're tied directly to several people who were implicated in fucking treasonous fucking acts and shit. And it's like, wow. Mwah. Love to see it.
I mean, what do you guys think is like more influential? Like movie director calls out a random YouTuber, or like international conspiracy?
The international money.
International, financial conspiracy.
I mean,
fair.
If you want to talk about biggest
moment,
biggest single moment, it's Snyder. But if you want to talk about biggest like overall impact, it's gonna be Tenet by like a mile.
Yeah,
and that was a hell of a day. I don't know if
Completely
you-
unraveled that one. Yeah.
Those of you who remember that day was a Shillcast day, and we went from having no show planned because there was nothing going on that
We
morning.
just had some basic, almost nothing.
We were like, well, I guess we'll just fuck around and talk some shit. I don't know. And then like suddenly there was the fandom letter about the 3 channels and they demonetized them YouTube and stuff. It's like, whoa, that's a big deal. And as we're like, I'm preparing the show for that, and then it's like, oh my god, Tenet, what? What the fuck is happening here?
Do you know might be the second big anti-Chud move that Zack Snyder pulled, though? Also this year, having Magellan Visaggio do some of his comics for the. I mean, granted, it was for what was it? The movie duology he did.
Rebel
that
Moon.
was terrible. Rebel Moon. But
Rebel Moon.
Still, that those two things I think are a good 1-2 punch against that side.
And I guess
but,
he like
but it's kind of a
brought her
minus
to the
because
premiere
it
and stuff,
was
or
Rebel
invited her to
Moon.
the premieres for those movies and stuff. Like
It was like spin-off comics that I think
Yeah.
she was working on. I haven't read any of the spin-off comics because the movies didn't inspire much faith in the world building of that world. I'm sure
hated those movies.
I'm
They
sure
were pretty bad.
Mag's contributions are probably some of the most interesting parts. Of it.
Probably.
I'll be
I'm
honest
sure
with you,
the
though,
comic is better. I would be willing to bet the comic is better.
It would be tough to be worse. Really tough.
because she actually can write sci-fi novel stories that are pretty good. I will say this though, Rebel Moon was just so fascinatingly bad. It was like watching like The Room. I couldn't turn it off.
Oh god.
That's the highest praise I've heard from it. Honestly, I didn't know
Yeah.
it could possibly be that, but
I do not get the same enjoyment.
So I do have I have clips of that represent the Tenet thing. That's kind of like a compilation stuff. But then I also just have this because why not? Let's take a look at this here.
Leader of this movement, the figurehead of this movement. He is the one, the only.
And I want everybody to look at.
Hey guys, how you doing? How's everybody doing?
Good. So fucking happy
Just a
right
quick
now.
thing before we get started. I just want to say that we're really not affiliated with Geeks and Gamers as far as I'm concerned. And I really just want to make that clear. And I also want to just say, in light of recent events, I think we really, if Justice League teaches us anything, it's about coming together, and there's no room for hate. I just think that it's important. It's an important message. And of course, as the father of Asian children, it really hit close to home for me. And I just really want to put that out there that we all, there's no room for hate.
Stop you from killing Chinese people. And to me, no, he'll never stop me from killing Chinese people, ever. I don't care how many movies he makes.
We haven't killed enough.
Give me a Tommy gun and line him up against the wall, as the great Stan Lee once said.
Classy as always.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
yikes.
Okay, back to the alcohol.
I mean,
that's rough.
I can't hate Zack Snyder. I just can't hate Zack Snyder. I'm sorry. Like I know he makes a lot of dumb movies, but everything about this man I've seen in interviews or anything, I just can't but like the guy, even if I hate most of his movies.
I'm the same way. Like whenever he speaks, he's like he seems to really love what he's doing, and it's like it's hard to hate the man himself. When he talks about his craft and stuff. But
100%. I just want to have a drink with the guy. Like every time he speaks, I'm like, this guy seems so cool.
I wish his movies were better. It's frustrating because I actually think he's a talented filmmaker. I think he comes up with cool visuals. Just he leans on them too fucking much.
He's impulses that really just fucking shoot himself in the foot almost every time.
The thing I find most fascinating about Zack Snyder is the contrast between his arguably misogynist portrayal of women on screen and his apparently gold standard treatment of women actors on his set.
Oh yeah,
I've heard his treatment of not just women actors, but women actors who've worked with him have said they felt like he was one of the safest sets they've ever worked on. He was respectful and empathetic to all of their input. If they had concerns, they brought it to him and he addressed them immediately.
Yeah,
and then he goes and makes crap like what was that freaking movie with the samurai robot fighting
Sucker Punch? You're talking about my favorite Zack Snyder film, the one I actually
love Sucker Punch. I don't get it. Like people really love that one.
A movie that actually is probably better if you watch it on mute. Don't watch for the story. Just look at the visuals. Look at the pretty pictures.
There's a really good musical number though in that film with Oscar Isaac's character when they do the club sequence.
Yeah.
If he found the right team of like writer and director of photography, like man. I mean, he could be. It could be a great team.
He could be great. Yeah,
And
I unironically think he is one of the best visual stylists working in Hollywood right now.
Except for when he started
to like,
because if you saw that,
he needs to understand his limitations and hire a team that can address his weaknesses.
Yeah, he had the best team working for him on Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead is still his James Gunn wrote the script. He had a great set of makeup artists, talented people working alongside him. The moment he started writing his own scripts or being more involved in the story, or even Watchmen, you have David Hayter working on the script for that. Like you need someone like that. Need someone to rein them down a little bit, just to anchor them to something. I don't know. Again, I just can't help but like the guy, but I think whenever his creative instincts go in, he goes off on a tangent.
But you know what's funny is that I had my first debate actually, which is an impromptu thing with a guy who writes for the Geeks and Gamers website. Landon, I think he was. Was that right? I don't remember. That he had been talking some shit on Gail Simone on Twitter about the Eternals movie and stuff, and just talking about the deaf one doesn't make any sense, and I'm just like. I said something about him on stream. He showed up to my stream and I said, hey, why don't you come on? Let's talk about it. And then, we start getting into, like, I said something about the Geeks and Gamers kind of crowd being a bit of a hive mind. He's like, no, we're not all, we don't have the same opinions. Some of us, for instance, like Zack Snyder. Some of us don't. I was like, okay, well, look, there's something there that needs to be discussed. We're talking about why some people might not like Zack Snyder with Geeks and Gamers, right? And he was like, oh, you want to go there? He said, we know that whole statement was this is how they cope with it. I found out like the people that still continue to like Zack Snyder, I guess they're like that whole thing that he said he was made to say that by the studio, and I'm just like the studio made him talk about his Asian daughters, huh? You know, and then the guy even said, you know, well, they made other people say the same exact thing, you know, and I'm like, oh, they made other people talk about Zack Snyder's Asian daughters. Okay, like that's makes a lot of sense.
Listen,
I love Zack Snyder's daughters. Apparently,
listen, Zack Snyder has Asian daughters, so I think it's important for me to talk about.
You're right. Some other filmmakers like, hey, have you know about Zack Snyder's Asian daughters?
yeah,
Their absurdity knows no bounds.
Yeah, the cope is big on that one. So did that one? What? Okay, yeah, we're already
Tenet
past
Media.
It was a Tenet that won, but yeah,
It was Tenet Media that won.
Go over that. Go over the number.
Clearly, these honors are just so fucking important that
Yeah.
remembering them.
The Tenet
Chuddies
one speaks for itself. There's not much more to say.
That's true.
If you've won a Chuddy, just hang out by your mailbox. It's on the way, buddy.
So who's accepting on behalf of Tenet Media? I tried to reach out to Lauren Chen, but she kept saying it wasn't her number.
Yeah, you
I'm not Lauren
You're
Chen.
getting fucking routed to Russia. That was weird.
Yeah, it's weird. This Eduardo guy.
What do we got next?
Real quick,
do we want to do a shilly?
Low War Mark, thank you for handing out all the memberships, man. Yeah.
Let's do a shilly.
Let's do a shilly.
Yeah, real quick. In Nothing But Media. By the way, shout out to Nothing But Media. It's been an enormous help with just like preparing topics and things like that to talk about on the show each week and whatnot, and just giving us ideas for stuff to discuss. So appreciate the hell out of that. And also this might be something we need to look into once we come back with the show after break or whatever, and just kind of focus on the I guess understated success of his Rambo prequel comic, right? As well as the success of his short film, which is now apparently morphed into an attempt at making a TV show. So
like a pilot episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently it's a proof of concept. Yeah,
that's what you do with a
pilot
successful
episode. Yeah,
short film.
Did it with Wheel of Time back in the day too, I think.
And I am really excited to see what the backstory of Colonel Troutman, which has always been something on my mind ever since watching Rambo 3 after it thanked the Taliban for all its help.
Yeah, Troutman.
I didn't even know he did a Rambo prequel comic. That's interesting.
They really should have just stopped with First Blood. Nothing after that is any good.
Nope.
No, the First Blood's actually really good, and then
as I'm saying, First Blood's incredible.
I will say I actually do find the second one entertaining, but not because it's good. And the third one's just flat out bad.
If you've read the novel, you know just how off the rails, off the mark everything is past the first one. It's
oh yeah, it's the complete opposite of what the first one represents and in its messaging and ideas.
I mean, they're trying to turn Rambo into like this, essentially this superhero character, and it's like that is not even what's portrayed in the first movie. He is fucked. And
he's barely. The thing is, like in that first movie, he's pulling things out from the skin of his teeth. In like Rambo 2, he's like blowing people up with like bows and arrows and whatever.
I don't think he kills anybody.
I forget. I get those kills mixed up.
Does he kill anybody in the first film? I don't think so.
One person dies by accident.
Right. Okay.
Like it's not his. He doesn't stop it, but like he's not the one causing it either.
Right.
He gets blamed for it.
What's next, Turf?
Well, I don't know. Were we doing a shilly or should I continue?
Let's do a shilly. Yeah.
Dealer's choice. Whatever.
All right. What do we got, Dane?
Dealer's choice. Okay, you do it, Dane.
Oh yeah, I just got my window here. That
I mean, because our forum doesn't. I mean, it has the big like the best picture one.
Oh, you're holding off on the big ones. I gotcha.
Okay.
So we don't have any. So we're down to the big ones on there.
So now we're down to the part where we just make stuff up as we talk about people that we like. Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, there's still more Chuddies to be awarded, but
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what we got. Because sorry, I had to leave the stream and restart my computer because it was definitely causing some problems. So now I might have to pull a few things up that I already had up previously.
So you telling us to buy a stall for time?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There we go. So we'll look at Rambo for the next half hour. I can do that.
So I've got something that came into me through the secret transgender mafia email.
Oh. There is
so
one of those.
There is one of those, yeah. And it's a fight between several shows of people on this stream as to who the best Bob is. Because obviously on stream we have Bob Chaos and we have Bob of the Old Ways, and many a times has there been the discussion about who is the best Bob.
Yeah.
The bad news.
It's obviously Bob.
Yeah, Bob wins. Obviously,
Bob,
Bob
you win
wins.
this.
Yeah.
The bad news is that the trans agenda has no answer to that question. The good news is that there is nominees for the worst Bob.
It's also Bob.
It's also Bob. But so our nominees, of course, are Bob Chaos as possibly the worst Bob, and Bob of the Old Ways for the worst Bob. But I really think the real winner is disgraced former Senator Bob Menendez of New Jersey.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I got everyone in New Jersey has a Bob Mendez story.
I'm sure
he has.
Everyone
he has
knows
dishonored
someone who
he has dishonored.
He has
the name of
dishonored
Bob.
the name. The
Yep.
name, the sacred
The
name
good
has
name
been
of
dishonored,
Bob.
and Bob's everywhere.
Oh, okay.
So-
Bob is disgraced, not New Jersey. Okay, cool, good. We really
Well-
can't get us any lower than we are.
I was
right
going to
now.
say you can't disgrace New Jersey; it's already there.
As a proud
Menendez-
member of the New Jersey state,
Menendez shall know the wrath of the Bobs soon enough.
I don't think he's the most corrupt politician from New Jersey. I was supposed to throw that out there.
Probably not. No,
Probably not. Like, he just got caught. That's what it comes down to. There's so
right,
much corruption
exactly.
in this
He's
state.
not bad because he's the most corrupt. He's bad because he's the guy who got caught. Right?
He's the
It's not-
sloppiest at it.
Right.
He just sucked at being corrupt.
Do
Wasn't good
bad
stuff.
better.
The
Exactly.
sloppiest Bob, whoever bobbed.
Yes.
Bob for
There we
apples.
go.
Well, I do have a Chuddy. I mean, I'm sorry, Shilly to award here for someone who I don't know if I sent out an invite, but I'm sure he would have. He's always been down to come on, and he's one of my favorite guests that I tend to have on. One of my favorite people. He's definitely my favorite comic book channel, just as far as like guy that covers the new comics every week. He's giving reviews. He's doing it fair. He's giving enthusiasm with each, even the stuff he doesn't like. And that would be Blurred Without Fear, who, I think he just now hit 100,000 subs.
Oh,
actually.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Congratulations to him for that.
I love Blurred, and he did his most, I don't know if it's his most recent video, but he just did a video recently about how Professor X and Magneto actually are not inspired by MLK and Malcolm X.
Yeah, it was a while back, but it was very it's enlightening for sure.
I wasn't. I only saw it in my mentions today. Thank you, YouTube algorithm.
I mean,
Yeah,
he has a
like
video.
that.
He has a video from 2 days ago. Professor X and Magneto are not based on MLK and Malcolm X.
Okay. Well, I remember we talked about it on stream like a while back. So okay. But yeah, he wins for what do we call it? Best should talk about Chuds more because you're so fucking good at it.
Yeah.
And I have an example here.
Anyone to read Isom and come out of it feeling like he's a good character. Like I saw a website trying to say, oh, this is how black characters should be written. First off, no. I'm going to tell you right now, if Marvel or DC created a black character and that character in their first, like their number one issue, the issue that's supposed to be like your litmus test, or like you have to put moments in this, like case in point, motivation. You have to have reasons for why you are going to spend your hard-earned dollars on this character. And if you, a creative, come to me when I ask you about the motivation for your character and you just tell me that, I don't know, my character just did it because his mom told him to.
Yeah.
I don't want to read that comic because that tells me that character has no fucking agency.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, hitting on the head there.
Excellent economy of words and energy application, I would say.
Absolutely.
The statements. So shout out to Ernie. If you're not subscribed to Blur Without Fear, I believe he is linked below. I believe everybody here should be linked in the descriptions, whatever channel you're watching on. If not, you can find him and we'll try to rectify that in the future.
Yes.
Definitely one of the best comics channels on YouTube right now.
Let's see. We got and just to rattle off a list of people that you should just be watching. If you're somebody who's like, oh, YouTube is so full of chuds, so full of all this crappy content, it's really not as bad as it was a couple of years ago. You know, I don't know if maybe some of the Chuds they've definitely lost some influence. Most of them, you know, the Chudpocalypse was a real thing in the sense that there aren't nearly as many channels doing as well as often as there were. A lot of the channels have died down in their traffic and everything, except for obviously a couple like Drinker and Nerdrotic have continued to. It's kind of weird because they're really good friends with Benny Johnson. You know,
Benny Johnson of Tenet Media.
Yeah, of Tenet Media,
Oh,
and both
weird.
of these guys they've kind of gone back and forth on his show. He's gone on theirs multiple times. I don't know if there's anything there, but it is notable that those two channels have continued to be on the rise.
It's just a coincidence, I'm sure.
Yeah,
it's worth noting that Benny Johnson, Critical Drinker, Nerdrotic just agree on every point they have when they're talking to each other, and one of those people is paid by Rush to make those points.
Do they also agree that
interesting?
Old Boy's a great Japanese movie?
Brilliant Japanese movie, brilliant.
I mean, I think they might argue about whether it's that one or Crouching Tiger that's a better Japanese movie.
Of course,
but you know,
the most Japanese recent film.
True cinemaphiles will debate these things, right?
100%. I go for Rambo 3 personally as the best Japanese movie of recent memory. But,
that might be a hate crime.
And Rambo 3 is a hate crime.
It is.
Rambo 1 First Blood is, of course, the platonic ideal of the stoic male hero of the 80s and 90s.
Very, very stoic, that John Rambo, in that classic stoic movie where America does nothing wrong.
How's that movie end again? It ends with like a fight, right? That's how it ends. He just beats everyone up, and there's no hugging or crying at all.
I want to take a moment here. It's absolutely true, and I feel ashamed that we didn't think of this honestly. But like Benny, comic historian.
More than an honorable mention, a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah. So
Lifetime
moment
achievement
for
Benny the
for
comics
me.
historian.
It's like a real tragedy and a loss to YouTube comic book, culture in general. He's, there are people that have criticized that kind of content. I don't think that it's really warranted for the most part. I think that kind of content tends to create more fans than it does just give fans an excuse not to buy comics or something like that. If you're really paying attention to stories being told, via YouTube like that, then you're gonna probably get into those stories and want to read some yourself. That's just my view.
Oh, I agree with that 100%. And I'll say this too, from the perspective of someone who used to write for CBR very frequently. There is no greater entryway into comics than explaining what happens in comics. It's such a by nature impenetrable fandom to get into.
Oh yeah,
it's not welcoming. It's not new user friendly, so to speak. So for someone like him, it's a net positive. He contributed just pure good to the fandom.
Yeah,
and people like. If anybody wants to know what the difference between fandom and anti-fandom is, or anti-fan or anti-fan comic or content creator, Benny had 2 million subs almost or something like that. About as many as Critical Drinker. You're never going to find somebody in some comment section or in Twitter or whatever like pushing a Benny comic story and narrative. You know what I mean? Like the way you will with the Critical Drinker or whatever. Like that's the difference, is because he's not just feeding people opinions to absorb and just fucking regurgitate. That's not what that was about. That's true fandom that he was representing. Whereas like something like Critical Drinker or whatever, Nerdrotic, they're just propaganda. It's just feeding people propaganda, and that you can tell by how, despite the similar subscriber counts, you don't see the same type of engagement. You go look at they're still putting out videos over there on Comic Story, by the way, and that's great. You go look at the comments over there versus comments over there. There's a clear fucking distinction. So anybody that's like, people still show up sometimes like, oh well, that's just people with different opinions or whatever. It's like, not really. It's not really what's going on there. But if you want to understand the difference, go check out those two comparatively.
I think I'd also compare, Comic Story into a David Attenborough, and I would compare Critical Drinker to a Rush Limbaugh. When Rush Limbaugh goes, when Rush Limbaugh passed, there were 50 other Rush Limbaughs coming out.
Right.
When David Attenborough sadly passes away in the future, because it will happen inevitably, you're going to see, was it Richard Attenborough or David Attenborough? I always get them mixed up.
Richard passed.
I was going to say, like, Richard is like, that was like Jurassic Park, so he's making dinosaurs come back, so it's a little different. But, like when he one day does pass away, you're going to see like millions feel that, and there's not going to be a replacement for him.
No.
They're a fixture, and yeah, that's all I gotta say on that.
Hate's easy, love is hard, but love shows through, and that's what it comes down to.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna honor myself here. You might guys mind if I honor myself? Can I do that?
Honor thyself, Dane.
Look, it wasn't me
Please
that did it
do.
in the first place. I'm just showing a clip of something that somebody else did. Okay.
Loves to make memes. He is an expert, highly skilled. Check these out.
That music was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I'm ready to dance to it. I'm not gonna lie. Kinda don't.
It's getting that music kind of a little bit there. That was not so bad.
Yeah.
That was meant to make you look bad.
Yeah, it's such a puzzling
no,
choice
that,
of
that
music
was
as well.
literally a video put together to make.
I want to point out that after I
was
made
amazing.
this to kind of I did a video that's like, no, this is for actual canon's sake is what I should have called it really, but also it's not there's no possessive s there. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Nonetheless, he changed the fucking logo after this. After I did this to kind of make do a satire version, he fucking changed his logo.
Aww.
So, I think I win there.
For canon sake? What?
I'll have some canon sake.
It's good right about now.
I haven't
Actually,
sake in a while. Okay,
Get some canon sake. I think I have some sake somewhere around here.
So yeah, I made some memes. I enjoyed. I don't know what it was about that guy, but he was just a font of creativity for me in memes. I was every time I would see something from him, I'm like, oh my god, I got a lot of practice on meme making with him. So
All right. Well. I think the Shilly for best meme goes to Dane over there.
Dane
I think so too. Best
I'll
meme.
allow it.
I agree. Yeah.
All right.
Very objective.
Another
take,
Chuddy.
Dane.
Speech.
Yeah, where's the speech?
I want to
You've
thank
heard
my
me speak
mom
enough.
and Elvis.
Is your mom Elvis?
Maybe.
Yeah,
They're in the same room together.
All right. So our next category for a Chuddy is greatest mask off moment.
Ooh.
All right.
And here people are also allowed to give their own clips. And we have 4 nominations for Organized Chaos saying, I'll be blunt, I'm going into this with bad faith because these guys are assholes.
I think it's interesting. It's 4 different people. I don't remember saying that, but I could see myself saying that because
I think that was the
cover a lot
vibe
of
you kind of
assholes.
did
I
for
cover-
sure. You were just kind of like,
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't know if it's 4 different people or if it's just the same person who's taken it 4 times. Because that could also be the case.
It was one guy with 4 Twitter sock puppets.
Yes.
Probably.
You also have someone who put the whole chunky monkey debate business.
How dare you name an ice cream flavor while on a stream, dude? What the hell?
Wasn't there a whole bit from Hot Fuzz about the chunky monkey? Was that a whole?
Yeah,
no,
that was a
cuddly
whole
monkey.
thing.
Iron Man says it as well.
Oh,
that's what I was quoting.
Yeah.
You know?
Then
Do love
someone
Hot
else
Fuzz,
put.
though.
I love Hot Fuzz. That's great.
Such a
Hot
good
Fuzz is
movie.
amazing.
Such a good movie.
And then we have Nerdrotic comparing Miles Morales tweets to selling crack.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah.
Oh, have you not
let's
seen
pull
that
up
one?
here.
Wait, what?
I think I got that one.
I got it. Hold on.
Is it just because those are the two things that he has experience with?
Yeah.
Used to?
Tweeting
That-
angrily about black characters and selling crack?
Yeah, those are the two things he knows about: is dealing drugs and being an online shitlord.
I have to see this. tweet.
$1,000 on Bob, if you're sharing, let me share mine, Bob, because yours is
1,000.
You know, yours is on a potato.
Okay.
Wait, has Ant not seen this?
I don't think I've seen this. No, I think I missed. I think I was
Oh.
like sick that day or something. I gotta know what this is.
You are in for a treat, sir.
Oh, this is a good one.
God.
It goes further than just the Miles thing too. So.
Oh, great.
Steve Rogers is indeed Captain America, and Miles Morales is Miles Morales. This statement does not say that Sam Wilson isn't a Captain America. It doesn't say John Walker isn't a Captain America, or Isaiah Bradley, who was retconned as the first Captain America, isn't a Captain America. It doesn't say that Bucky Barnes isn't a Captain America. It just says Steve Rogers is Captain America, and the same goes with Miles Morales. He is indeed, again, Miles Morales. He's also a Spider-Man.
I mean, it's him admitting what he's already admitted, but like much more boldly than he has before.
Wow.
This month, I've made $1,000 on Twitter. $1,000. I'm making $1,000 off of Miles Morales tweets. Shit I would do for free. That, for one, is America. That is capitalism. It's fucking hilarious. And you can do it too. You can do it too. You can do Miles Morales tweets. Because they're like engagement gold. They're engagement crack. I used to sell toxic poison to kids to feed my habit and make money, and I went to jail. Now I sell toxic poison to kids to feed my habit and make money on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, it's funny.
Oh, that
Okay,
clip
I
you edited
believe I
out.
understand the parallel now.
Yeah,
That
you
all
edited
makes
out
sense
that clip edits out the pause where Gary has his Skynet moment and achieves self-awareness for just after he says this stuff is like engagement crack, and then he pauses and sits there for like maybe a full 2 or 3 seconds, like he just realized.
Maybe I shouldn't be saying this.
Wait a minute, am I still a drug dealer?
I've made $1,000 on Twitter. $1,000. And I know there's people out there stealing content like Ian Miles Chong, making a lot more. But I'm making $1,000 off of Miles Morales tweets. Shit I would do for free. That, for one, is America. That is capitalism. And it's fucking hilarious. And you can do it too. You can do it too. You can do Miles Morales tweets. Because they're like engagement gold. They're engagement crack. Their engagement crack.
And then
He repeats it too. Oh God.
He reaches it and he's like, I'm okay with it. I'm just gonna say it again. You know, I realize it, but I'm gonna say it.
A couple bucks. Hey, you can make $15. That buys you a lunch somewhere. Not at McDonald's, not in California, but somewhere.
Okay, so may I have one thing about this. Blue Sky, if you're listening, this is an ad for why you should sign up for Blue Sky.
Agreed.
Oh yeah.
Man, the 1,000-yard stare after he says crack is just
Yeah.
crazy.
Wait, should I really be going into that? Should I-
Fucking hilarious. And you can do it too. You can do it too. You can do Miles Morales tweets. Because they're like engagement gold. They're engagement crack.
And here's
He's
where the light.
Hang on.
Here's where the
Hang
light.
Like
on.
a
in the
World
router
War
starts
One
flashing
soldier
faster
in like
because-
that 2 to 3 seconds there.
Yeah, that's
No
here's where the
shots
light on
taken in.
the router picks up speed because he's His processing speed has just picked up. Like
You can
he's
almost
achieving
hear-
self-awareness.
You
You
can
think it
almost
was
hear
the
the
last-
dial-up
you don't
noise.
think it was the 4 years of prison after?
Yeah, that would definitely be a problem. I just want to know how many of those figures he paid with that $1,000 tweet of Miles Morales. So that's a lot of.
He's had them for a while. I think he's more likely paid for those with meth money, to be honest.
Ah, that's fair. That's fair. That makes sense.
Yeah. No, that scene was the moment where I was like, yeah, we can make fun of his criminal record because fuck it. Apparently he doesn't care.
He does not care.
Well, I mean, drug addiction is not a joke, but that guy is.
No.
So.
Yes, he is. Very much so. Yeah.
Here's the thing: drugs and drug addiction are not a joke. That does not make him not a joke. This means that that's not a joke.
Mm-hmm. His hypocrisy is very ripe for humor, I think.
It has a lot of these guys.
Well, then he's also exploiting the addictive nature of both crack and the internet to profit. So,
And he recognizes the correlation.
oh yeah, no, 100%. He's not repentant of anything, so it all works
He's
out.
not an idiot per se. He's just an amoral fucking scumbag.
Well, he's not stupid. He's an asshole. It's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we have? a winner?
Speaking of, yes, go ahead. Oh yeah, we're still doing this. Yes.
So those were the smaller nominations, but then we have the 3 bigger nominations that have got more votes. We have the critical drinker woke children frame from this video.
Okay.
I don't think I have. Oh, you might need to pull that one.
At the
up.
Acolyte?
Oh,
Yeah, from the Acolyte, where it's just like
Oh.
has tags on all the
Black
children
guy.
in like the Jedi
He's, like,
Academy.
counting
Oh
the
my
white-
god!
He's like,
Oh.
and
Okay.
just like counting how there's no white children.
Yeah.
Oh no, white boys.
No
white
white
boys,
male
yes,
children.
white
Yeah.
male children.
So once again, I have to point out with these people, they're very obsessed with the gender and skin color of human children, and they call other people groomers. They seem very enthusiastic about knowing where the white boys are. I would like some answers here, is what I'm saying.
No, I mean,
Oh,
what's
God, yeah. They're
funny is
really
that
creepily
that was
obsessed
the
with that.
trailer he was doing that for, and then you watch the show, and there's actually a few white boys, white children in the scene that the trailers showing, and then there's just also extra alien children that weren't visible in the
One
trailer.
third of them were aliens. Like, yeah, there's no white boys there. They were a third of them are aliens.
I think there was
It
actually
turned out that
two
there were
white
two,
kids. I don't know if they were
two
boys
white
or what.
male characters who had a
White
significant
kids.
amount of screen time in the Acolyte as well. One of the
Yeah.
4 Jedi that the
Collection of
main characters
Jedi.
took revenge on.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Where,
here we go.
where are the
Classic
white
moment.
boys at? True.
Padawans and see if you can identify the one demographic that's mysteriously.
Also, I appreciate that he's judging them from the back, so it's literally like
Yeah.
long hair
Yeah.
means girl. That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible
Right,
is the
and how
word
can-
you could use to describe him.
How can you tell
Drinker
they're
fans.
girls from the back?
Right,
Like
because
don't all the
Jedi
have long
boys
hair?
never have long hair, right?
Yeah.
No, never.
True.
The fucking like Jedi masters walking right there with long hair.
Right.
Thank you, Jennifer.
And look, the show
Will-
does
Will
have a very
Jordan-
iconic white boy in it.
We're hiding them from
I mean,
you, Will,
don't
because
play
we
his
know what to
wise
do
at
when
the
you
end of
find
it.
them.
True. The ultimate
He's
white boy.
extremely white.
No, look. Why, Will Jordan is the most respected middle school boxing coach in Dumfurline. It was just a misunderstanding.
Wait, what?
That's
I
all.
love. I
He
love Bob's
may or may
face
not
in
have
this
assaulted
frame.
a 10-year-old boy.
Oh yeah,
He
okay,
was,
I knew about.
he was
Okay.
accused
Everybody-
and it was
you know, for
dropped.
everybody not-
Is what
let's
I'm
check this
familiar
out real
with.
quick because he was accused of it. That is a fact. He was accused of it. Okay. How many of you just look? I want to do a quick poll here. If you've
Sorry, let
ever
me put
been
my hands down
accused
real quick. I had them up.
of assaulting a child, you just hit a 1 in chat, please. I just want to see how common it is. Obviously, this photo was not taken after he had just been told he was being charged with assaulting an 11-year-old, because he seems way too happy there.
Yeah.
So let me get a 2 in chat if you have never been accused of assaulting an 11-year-old. 2
No,
if you've never been accused of that, or any age child as an adult. I mean, if you're
Never?
a child and you assaulted another child, that's one thing. Who cares? I did that. But like, as an adult, no, 2. Okay.
Does this
Look,
imply,
he's just got really
shot-putting
bad
children?
bad luck then. I guess. I mean, how do you end up in that situation? Was he with a friend who did it? Did his friend do it or something? I don't know. I need more context to understand how they thought it was Will Jordan, even though it wasn't. It wasn't. Legally speaking, it was not. Okay.
AFC Children of the Corn.
But I mean, if it was, I imagine it would have gone maybe something like this. Sorry, I had to let it get to that part.
Showing those kids.
I mean, it was obviously self-defense, right? I mean, have you seen 11-year-old boys these days? They're all watching Andrew Tate and hyped up on testosterone.
Look, yeah, they have to. All right, back to this one.
This is what you take seriously. Fucking reflect on your life.
Yeah.
Critical Drinker has paused a frame in the trailer to see how many children are white guys.
White guys.
Who cares? Who the fuck cares? This is stupid. You paused a frame to count the number of men in it. Like, automatically, I know that you are not looking for anything positive or even looking to enjoy this. You are literally playing look for the white guy. This is not a serious person. At all.
See, I have a...
I like that guy.
That guy in that clip on the bottom there is really cool. I like him. One of my favorite Bobs.
He sounds
One
all right.
of the better Bobs. Sexy voice for sure.
I think maybe one of the worst Bobs, right next to Bob Mendez, actually. But I don't know.
Bob Mendez is the worst Bob. Yeah, we established that. The counterfactual I want to present is all these guys lost their mind about the Acolyte not having any white men in it, but everyone dies by the end. And so really, the show is about protecting white lives. In the Acolyte, white lives matter.
Whoa.
Who's alive at the end?
White
man. A lot of people actually.
A lot of people
who weren't in the show.
Yeah.
Like Yoda's alive. He shows up for like a second.
But we know it's Yoda from behind though, so maybe it's secretly Yaddle.
Same technique, same cinematic technique there.
Right. Yeah.
It all comes together. It all connects.
To be seen in season 2. Oh.
No, there is no season 2.
I think that was that not the winner?
No, that was not the winner.
Oh, okay.
We also have Ryan Kinnell with his Batman rant.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Give me a moment. Give me.
And then while Bob is finding that, another nomination is Geeks and Gamers with his diversity rant.
Great.
Oh boy.
That one's just so.
This is the mask off category, right?
Yeah.
So I have a question from the peanut gallery. The Star Wars theory clips of him streaming with one of these yahoos where he'd leave the stream so they could go off and then he would join the stream again. Like, that's a pretty big mask off moment. How did that not end up on here?
Technically, I would argue with that. I'd say that technically that's more of just him showing that he doesn't want to be seen with the mask off people.
Okay,
I think the bigger mask off moment for Star Wars theory is him getting angry about being referenced in a document trying to demonetize 3 other YouTubers who were not him.
Yeah,
And then
he wasn't. I don't.
He was
I think he might be
offended.
named, but yeah, I wasn't even saying do anything with him.
Well, they mentioned that I think the document said that this environment of grifting is encouraging even good faith YouTubers like Star Wars Theory to join in on the bandwagon. And it's like, okay, he's mentioned briefly. That's not really.
Yeah, he's like, how dare you call me good faith?
Yeah, he was so upset. He was so upset by this.
That does remind me real quick. I just want to shout out to Rewriting Ripley, who I believe is retired as that name and that grouping of people. I don't believe that everybody involved there is done doing the good work, but that they've done. But I think the Rewriting Ripley is done, and fucking massive appreciation for the work that they did. Because I mean, a shitload of the content that I've done has been based on it. So,
yeah.
So
Right,
here,
just
I got a mask off moment here. Very classy. This is how you review the Batman, guys.
And you had Alfred. Those are the only two good white people. The rest of the three other.
the only good white people are literally the Batman, the movie's
Yeah,
about,
the main fucking character.
and his number one helper for doing good things, Alfred. Like,
So it's a
major
Batman story.
yeah.
So what he's just he's describing a Batman story. Got it. All right.
But everybody else is a good guy is not white.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Players that I would consider like overall like moral good people were, you know, you had Jim Gordon, who's black in this. You had Catwoman, who's not white in this, and then you had the mayor, who's a black woman.
Wait, did he say
Three whole characters
in that movie as a morally good person? I don't think I ever caught that before.
No, the mayor elect is ethically good.
Right. You're right. That's a good distinction there. Yep.
She also only has 5 lines of dialogue.
Right. She's in for 2 minutes.
It's like basically the main character.
Yeah, exactly.
Also worth pointing out that Catwoman in the 1960s Batman TV show was played by a black woman, at least in one of the seasons.
No, Eartha Kitt is very much white. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah,
I have a clip of this guy that like I don't know if we've watched it on stream before. It seems to be one that's not super well known, but like what happens in it is that essentially everybody else on the it's Friday Night Tight Crew. I don't think it is an official show, but like there are several of them on a stream. Maybe it was a private recording type of thing. I don't know, but like this clip, they all seem to implicitly agree that Ryan is the true racist of them all, which is kind of, it's like, oh wow, like they all recognize, like, yeah, we may joke around about being racist, but like, no, he's actually a fucking white nationalist. Is almost like the vibe that they're fucking giving, which goes with that vibe that I get from him, where it's like he's kind of just one bad day from Sieg Heil on stream,
I wanted to say,
have a Sieg Heil face.
It's interesting you should say that, Dane, because I noticed something as I was listening to him talk here in his classic conservative car rant. This used to be like a whole genre, and I think they moved to TikTok now, but there was like a whole genre of social media posters where it was like conservative dads who would film themselves ranting about like Democrats in their cars. It was a whole
Ryan
thing.
Cannell bringing back the classics here.
Yeah. Bringing it back. I mean, Davis Arini used to do this. It was a whole thing. But I noticed something that he does here that's really interesting. And somebody even pointed it out. Is he's like complaining about the ratio of like white guy characters to non-white characters, and he names like three like relatively like like protagonist or like vaguely good kind of non-white characters. And this throws me back. There was there's a YouTube video. It's called something like the Black Superhero documentary, and it has an interview with the comic book artist and writer. I actually don't know how many visuals he did, but he did a lot of the writing for the old Justice League shows. Dwayne McDuffie.
Yeah,
and he was really, really good. And he gave an interview.
It's probably the same clip I'm picking up. Yeah.
He talked. He has this fascinating thing where he talked about when he was writing for the I think it was Justice League Unlimited, where they were kind of like figuring out what the different seasons, what the Justice League would look like for the different episodes, which characters they would write into it. And for a couple of the episodes, he got a lot of hate mail, and he realized that there's actually a formula for racism among like fans who lash out against non-white characters being portrayed. He said, if you've got one if you've got like one non-white character, that's a coincidence. Or like I think the way he says, like one black character, that's a coincidence. 2 black characters, that's okay. But if you have 3 black characters, now it's a black show. And there's like an event horizon for it. Yeah. This is the interview.
Artist did a pinup with all the black characters, and somebody leaked it and said, that's the cover. McDuffie's going to turn the Justice League all black. He's getting rid of the white guys. Never a plan, never even considered, but it freaked people out. So they're reading the stuff looking for proof. But there is a hardcore piece of the audience whose back goes up whenever you go into these issues, and they don't even realize it. You know, and what kills me about it is when they're writing about it, they're always hyper rational. You know, look, the fact is there are more white characters, and if you picked randomly, you would end up with all white teams. And the fact that there are 3 black people on this team is statistically ridiculous. I mean, it's obviously a quota. And the quota arguments on fictional teams crack me up. Because who's actually, I'm sorry, somebody losing a job here? Which fictional character is losing a job? There's no connection. You know, they're not talking about what's going on in the comic books. They're talking about what they think is going on in their lives, and that's not really going on either.
Yep.
This was pre-Comicsgate, by the way.
Yeah, something else he says in there is and you used to hear this a lot more, but it's like something really like a kind of like homophobia or like weird like sexual kind of paranoia that leaks into some of the racist stuff sometimes, where these guys will say like, well, they're shoving it down our throats. And he actually in that same interview, there's a section where he says they said we were shoving it down their throats, and he looks into the camera and he goes, which seems kind of sexual to me.
Yeah,
he had a great sense of humor.
I can't believe they still say that, but they do. They say it all the time.
Yeah.
They
You
do.
think they would figure out by now how that kind of seems, you know.
Yeah, somebody in the chat said he made a Static Shock, and that was really good. I remember watching Static Shock on TV. Yeah.
So the winner of the most mask off.
The winner of the most mask off.
Right, there's an
moment
award.
is Geeks and Gamers with his diversity rant.
Oh shit! Well, look, we do have someone to accept that award as well.
Oh.
Us, Jeffrey Epstein, Eric July, and of course, Jeremy Greggs. These are America's modern titans of industry, each of them shining examples of all the ways determined and selfish people can get what they want by taking advantage of those less fortunate. It is no accident that the official color of the Geeks and Gamers logo is green, the color of my little pee-pee pills for all the discharge. Also, it is the color of money. 20 years ago, Jeremy Griggs would have tried his best to run a legitimate fan site and then failed miserably. He would have had to figure out some other way to contribute to society and make a living. Fortunately for us all, yesterday's failures are today's whiny, redundant, and annoying purveyors of brain rot. While babies get Cocomelon and Lanky Bucks, us PP Littles get Geeks and Gamers. And to that I say, skibbity.
You know, I might be going crazy here. I'm not sure Little Peepee really is on. I know, call me crazy. I'm not sure he's really on that side.
What are you talking about?
No, he definitely is. He destroyed us.
He gets confused easily, though, too. I think.
No, couple hints here and there, tipping me in the other direction on this one.
I think that's the alcohol talking. I don't.
Well, I mean, I did actually forget to play his acceptance of Nerdrotic. Did Nerdrotic win an award earlier?
No, not yet.
No,
not yet. No.
Yes.
Not yet.
Whoops. Spoiler alert.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
Look, we promised you a streamlined, perfect show, and I'm sorry that we're not delivering, guys.
This has been perfect.
We promised. All right, so the next 3 we're just gonna do like a little bit quicker because they're not like the most important categories.
These are the costume awards, right? This is the best editing. This is the awards that Star Wars movies get.
Sure.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes. We have biggest fall off, where we had people like Geeks and Gamers, The Quartering, and the winner, Steven Crowder.
Oof.
Oh yeah, kind of.
I forgot he even existed.
Disappeared.
Authentically.
Yeah. I think it's a very, very valid winner of biggest fall off.
I mean, look, I just finished the McMahon documentary. I think after that, it's a good thing he wasn't included in the nominees because he might have won too. That guy. Yeah, Vince McMahon. Yeah,
he's
had a hard time.
God, he is awful.
Unfortunately, he's like, with the way that the government's going.
Yeah,
true.
His wife may have a cabinet position.
I mean, his,
I mean, his wife is going to be Secretary of Education.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, at least he has that master's in education.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm full
yeah.
of shit right now. She has nothing.
Yeah, she's so talented. and
But she
qualified
thought
to
she
be-
did. That counts, right?
Sure.
Like, it seems
Uh,
to.
I just for a side thing here, like I did not know the details until I watched that documentary and then looked them up and read even more. Like, holy fuck, dude!
Oh,
what
you
the
were keeping track of all that? Oh
No.
God, no,
no,
he's
it's
garbage.
like, oh god, what a fucking, and you notice
I
somebody
think
doesn't
calling
just
him
start off like
garbage
that.
is an
He
insult to
ramped up.
garbage.
He fucking ramped up to that shit for like decades, and that's fucking terrifying, man.
Yeah,
anyway.
and that's the thing. Like wrestling fans hated him before all that came out. They had reason to hate the man way before that happened.
Yeah. I mean, it
Well,
was
this
the 80s,
was
I think, whenever he was already like confirmed to have assaulted someone, right? I think 80s or 90s, and then
I think
just from
90s
there,
for sure.
Well, even then with wrestling, there's actually a John Oliver thing to give you a summary of it if you ever want to. But wrestling fans hated McMahon because he wasn't giving any of the wrestlers insurance. He was letting them making them as independent contractors and screwing all the people who helped build up his empire.
Mm-hmm. He's actually a funny thing here. This will be the first time I've announced this publicly, but like I am going to be started preliminary work on a video essay that's going to be fucking massive, and it's going to be partially kind of like intertwined with Vince McMahon and WWE and professional wrestling, which is fans of the channel, my channel know that's because I don't fucking care for wrestling, but like it definitely has a lot to do with what I've decided I want to talk about. So look for that.
Oh yeah, sounds awesome.
Nice.
Very nice.
But yeah, we don't have anything about Steven Crowder really. Like, who fucking cares, man?
Nah.
Like,
bro fell off.
You can play the clip where he
Steven
yells
Crowder
at his
doesn't matter
pregnant
anymore.
wife.
Change my mind.
What?
Steven
That's what I
Crowder
was
doesn't
gonna
matter
say.
anymore. Change my mind.
That means the only thing about him that matters now.
Right.
Yeah.
Change my mind.
There was I don't know if you how much Steven Crowder lore you guys want, because I have a lot. But I guess I'll contribute one Steven Crowder fun fact, which is that
please do.
When people make fun of him or when he starts to start losing money on social media, one of the things that he and fans of his, I don't know if they still exist, but one of the things that they would post a lot is about his health problems. And Steven Crowder has inherited a number of health problems. I forget what the condition is, where his chest is like slightly concave. So that it affects his, I think, like his breathing and stuff like that.
Sure.
However, that is in many cases a perfectly livable health condition.
Sure.
But
yet
he got an elective surgery to put metal bars into his chest to make it like puff out more, which is why he wears those tight shirts, because he had like a chest related kind of insecurity about it. So he got a surgery to make himself look more conventionally masculine. And the complications from that surgery are why he has such severe health problems now. So
gender affirming care, everyone.
Are you telling me Steven Crowder has gender affirming care?
Yeah.
Literally, yes.
And he spoke
So he
Stogies,
top
too.
surgery is what you're saying.
Like,
Yeah.
he did. He did have top surgery.
He did have top surgery. Yeah.
I mean, and I've seen several clips and some strong argumentation that maybe, he might want to end up having bottom surgery too. He's done some dressing up of several times.
I was already say he finds
several
excuses
times.
to dress and drag way more than normal,
And put his genitals on his employees and things like that too.
Yeah, that's what I was going to point out. He's
Not that it has
apparently
anything to
quite
do with
fond.
I feel like one of those is more of a concern than the other one.
Definitely,
Yeah.
yes. Look, he was a McMahon in waiting, and it was a good thing we got him early. We got him,
I think
anyway.
he got himself.
True.
Yeah.
I
Like,
think him
honestly,
yelling
that-
at his
that
pregnant
fucking-
wife was a big factor too. That video was
Somebody mentioned that a minute ago, and I was just like, I remember watching that shit. Like, what a fucking piece of shit, man! Like,
Yeah,
it's upsetting. Anyway, let's move on to something more fun.
Something
More
fun. Yay.
Laziest chud content.
Oh God, a few of those.
Here we had
Competitive.
our nominations were between Archie Outpost, Geeks and Gamers, The Quartering, Yellow Flash, and our winner with almost 50% of votes was Melanie Mack.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
Wait, which one is Melly Mac again?
She's the bigot.
She's the butter lady.
That narrows it. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I love
if that helps somehow.
She loves Jesus and she loves butter. That's
for
crazy.
anyone
Shit.
now I know
looking
who
for
you
an
mean
intro.
entirely. Yeah.
To Melanie Mac.
Just a
there
couple
is a
years
good
ago,
Dead Domain
was
video.
This.
Like Jesus has taught and what Jesus would be like. And that's not to judge people, and that's to have grace toward people and to love people. And that's where I'm at.
So, because a couple years ago, Jesus was saying, "Love people, don't judge people."
Where is Jesus now?
She actually looks both mentally and physically healthy in that video.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't tell mental health right.
Was that video before or after she was hospitalized because she forgot that she had to drink water?
Wait,
that was before.
That was before. It looks like it was before.
She's been hospitalized twice, I think, for forgetting to drink water.
Yeah,
Like,
for air quotes
how do you
forgetting.
do that? How do you just didn't notice when your head started pounding, going like, "Yeah, I'm gonna just deprive myself of liquids for the next 2 days."
Maybe she has ADHD. I mean, we don't know.
I think
But-
she legitimately
or an eating
thought she
disorder.
didn't have to. I saw an
Or
exchange
an
she
eating
had on
disorder.
Twitter with like a fan who was like, you have to drink water, and she seemed unconvinced.
What was she drinking then?
Wait,
Just
she
nothing?
streams without water? I always have a drink when I'm streaming because I get thirsty.
I believe she drinks, but just other stuff.
Oh God,
She drinks diet sodas, from what I've seen.
Oh
Which is
God.
weird because she's also on the so-called carnivore diet, and I don't think that allows you to drink soda. But
Paleo LARPing is I'm gonna eat all meat and Diet Coke. Definitely the caveman's favorite cola of choice.
Yeah.
Diet Coke's like the worst thing you can put in your body too. Like I'm not a soda person in general. But that I used to remember working at like the back end of a theater, and you'd get all the syrups you'd mix together, and you're like, this is you see it deconstructed, you realize this is really disgusting, guys. Really puts you off of having it.
I do have something here that's pretty special. I don't know if a lot of people have seen this. I think we might have watched it once or twice or something, but like this is a segment from an Ethan Van Sciver stream where he actually comments on the initiative in Shillcast.
Oh God. Him.
Which is fun. It's fun. The way he describes this is just
Has to know that I don't think about Doug Ernst. I don't think about Tim Lim. I don't think about these guys except when their fans come after me. And then I'm forced to think about them and go, they're smelly, stinky guys who I need them away. Yeah, they like I don't know how to describe that. Yeah, like smell like sulfur, says Bane Mailer. Yeah, I don't mean they literally smell. I mean like in my head when I think of them, I think fuck away from me. Like that's how I think of those guys. I don't think of Eric July that way. You know what I mean? I don't think of the Friday Night Tights guys like get the fuck away. I don't think of them that way. It's a whole different thing with them. EVS, who was the smartest person on that actual fandom podcast? Unfactual facts. Who are my choices? I think probably Eric Debunks is the smartest person on there.
He's right.
Pretty clearly, he's the smartest person.
Pretty clearly, I don't know about that. But.
The Bob Organized Chaos is the dumbest of them.
Oh damn!
I wonder why he
I don't
thought
know.
to say that.
Like I can't really tell. I don't watch too much of them, but I'm always kind of impressed with Eric Debunks. And it takes a high IQ to just be like to go toe to toe with me and just not give a fuck. Like that's disagree with me all the time and go ahead and make videos about me, but he's in the chat, he's listening to me, he's interacting with me, and I put him on, and it's no problem. Like that's a smart person. So I'm gonna say that he would be.
Was this before or after? Was this before or after Bob destroyed Eric? And
this
him
is
as a
much later than that. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's hard not to think that that's influencing his thought because as much as we talk about the Eric July debate with Bob did get a couple of fucking moments on this guy too. That where one of them especially was justice served in honor of both Darwin Cook and his widow. Right. And I will take a partial credit for that as well as Reggie's Catch You Got Hands. I can pull that up in a second, but that was pretty special.
One.
these guys don't like. They definitely won't admit that they lost or anything like that. And there's when you debate someone like, especially these two in particular, there is no winning because they're all about optics and maneuvering more than anything else. And they have a cult audience that is going to just believe whatever they tell them to believe. So like the best you can do is what Bob did in both cases, I think, and just like make them reveal something about how dishonest they are, or how much they don't know, or whatever. Just like put them in a spot where they have no choice but to fucking reveal it. Bob, man, he's a shark, dude.
The best way to play the game is not to play.
You don't
I
think
have
the guy who
Yeah. Shark's not going to refer to himself as a shark. I got you.
always has his hand on his chin is the smartest? Why else would his hand be on his chin?
Your hand was literally on your chin just now, wasn't it, Bob?
I don't know, to hold his jaw shut.
Oh yeah.
Bob is not smart. I think that he's thoughtful, but I don't think he's smart. I don't think he's the most intelligent. His boss is smarter than he is, but he's also kind of a weird spurg.
I'm a weird spurg. That's fucking true, man.
Those guys are stinky too.
Wait, you're my
in a
boss? I
different
thought
way.
Turk was my boss.
They like Doug Ernst is like putrid. Like they're more like a dusty kind of. I look at them and I think of I look at them and I think of a sock that you've left under the bed for 3 years.
Why would you do that?
Pull it out and it's covered in hair.
He's
and
really
dust,
fantasizing
you know what I
about
mean? And you're
smelling
like,
you guys.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Why would you leave a sock under your bed for 3 years? Well, you got to clean more frequently than that.
If you don't vacuum under your bed, I guess I can see a way it would just linger there for.
I feel
undisturbed
like I've learned something about EVS that I didn't want to know today.
Right? Yeah.
I don't want to know where he keeps his singular socks. I don't.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't want to know on them.
Well, he probably keeps the socks under his bed next to his art supplies.
I mean, don't you guys sometimes do a little experiment to see what happens?
No. Never actually.
Oh.
Not with my socks. No, I wear those like a.
I guess it's just me and Ethan then.
Yeah.
I just want my stupid comic book. He's not drawing the damn thing. He's instead live streaming every single day. He's debating nonsense people.
All right then.
Another satisfied customer. That's not. I don't think that's the guy that he doxed though. That was a customer of his. I think it's a different guy.
He doxed that one guy even before he was doing indie books.
How many more awards do we have? Sure.
I don't know.
So we have Chud, who may or may not be a criminal.
Ooh.
Where we had.
I bet I know who won that one.
Where we
That
had.
was a weird category for me, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's a little weird. But basically we had like Just the Robot, Nick Rakita, and Critical Drinker as the options, and it was actually a tie between Nick Rakita and Critical Drinker.
Jar was in the competition for that one.
Because as we have to say, I want to disclose that Just a Robot, as far as we know, didn't do anything that he was in any kind of legal trouble for, but he did get some votes. So he just
may not be.
He was
like
just a simp for a pedophile.
And also, Critical Drinker was only charged with the crime. He definitely, legally speaking, did not do what was charged. Legally speaking, I have to say that.
He was found not. Well, charges were dismissed, I believe.
Charges were dismissed, and who among us has not been charged with beating up a small child? So, like, it's just something that.
Who hasn't been charged of beating up a small child?
I do. I actually about that Critical Drinker thing, because we've talked about it a few times, and I know you guys have joked about it a few times on the show, but I reached out to, and I'm going to keep this completely anonymous, just for everyone's privacy, but I reached out to a friend of mine who had been in a similar situation, but as the child. I won't say anything more than that. And it was another legal case where it had been dropped at a certain point. And my friend told me that, and I'm even going to keep the pronouns completely neutral here, but their mother had dropped the legal case against the person because it is such a in the UK can be such a long and drawn out and heinous process to put a child through, that it was going to be very traumatic for them. And so I think, you know, in the case of somebody who is who is very young, and the potential alleged at least alleged at the time, you know, victim of a crime. I don't want to make any claims here myself, but the fact that the charges are dropped in cases like that may not necessarily indicate that anything happened in one direction or the other. And I just wanted to bring that up because I think I don't know how else to say this without sounding like Reverend Lovejoy's wife, like think of the children. But I do think that like violence against kids is pretty serious.
It is
so
serious.
like I just wanted to bring that
a
up.
controversial statement there.
It is very serious. So it's a good thing that he was not guilty of that.
I mean, I was just to add to your point. I would also say that like at this point he had, I think the article said that he had already, you know, he was already somewhat well known, I guess, to whatever degree, author of 5 of the Ryan Drake novels, meaning that he had, you know, probably opportunity for pretty decent legal representation, you know, and that there could have been any number of things that took place before the thing went to court or was trial or whatever that could have, you know, in the event that it actually happened, but we can't legally say that it did. So, so you know, somebody beat up a kid and that sucks, you know, and maybe there was just somebody that happened to say like, go away now after he beat him up. I don't know. And that's how it ended up that way. But like
perhaps the child was screaming the message everywhere, and it he just went into a blind rage. We don't know.
I don't want to live on planet Earth anymore, dog.
Yeah, it's not the planet I want to get off.
Yeah.
It is almost, I think, what, 5 a.m. for Turf Nation over in his dimension.
It is 5:20.
Shit.
Damn.
However,
how are you functioning?
I took a short nap.
Well, also, I think he has a little secret to how he does things, and you know, we can kind of hint at it right here. You know, find it. It's oh man, where'd it go?
Speed, obviously.
Yeah,
it's
seriously.
that. And then, yeah, this exactly. Look, it's
like the thing where you like, right? You do that, you sprinkle it on top. It adds a little like spice, actually. Yeah, it comes. You guys should try it. As
Are you
we said in the
implying
beginning,
you
I'm very
discovered
well
the
articulated.
spice on the planet Arrakis and you sprinkle it on yourself to expand?
implying
your-
something far more sense than that, Anthony.
You do a
I
little
want
sprinkle?
you to understand that what your experience
Turf,
is.
open your eyes. I want to see your eyes if they're blue within blue.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, I see some blue. Not within blue though.
Were you referencing a mortar and pestle, or
just now? Just
so yeah, that was what I was trying to do. But I forgot the word for it.
Okay, so fairly early-ish on in the initiative, you know, we've under a year or so, we'd all decided, you know what, let's just have a Discord community that's like all of our audiences combined kind of thing. And you know, and one of the things that, you know, I decided to do was like, you know, if you have an idea for a channel in the server, like you're a fan of just whatever, you know, it's a fandom server, like if you're a fan of fucking food, as somebody, you know, suggested, I said, okay, I'll make a channel for food. And yeah, that's how it went. One of the things that I've offered is if you are a content creator, you can see in there, I'll give you a channel to post your shit. If you just want to write about your movie opinions, I'll give you a channel for that. If you come in and you see that there's not a channel for some fandom that you're part of, let me know. We'll make it. Somebody wanted a food channel. I made a food channel.
I fucking love that one.
Yeah, okay, we got to talk about this, man. What the fuck?
Oh god.
Okay. Nation, if anybody's not aware, he is a Dane. I'm a Dane. He's a Dane. You know, I'm a Dane in name only. He's a Dane in nationality. And he had a phenomenal burrito, apparently.
Okay.
And someone innocently, naively asked the question that just opened up this whole fucking thing. Like, what are you? Okay, so what the fuck are you kind of
weird shit
burrito are you eating? So it's a burrito with just some oats, all right? That's got oats in it. Yeah, that's not a burrito, man.
Where's the meat?
They were dry and
yeah, no sauce, just poured. You know, like you wrap the burrito first, right? And then you need something in it, so you just pour the oats in. And you guys haven't tried that? And it's great if you do it all gluten free. That's when it fucking hits, man. My girlfriend showed me that if you dip it into water, it's even better.
Oh my god, delicious water.
What is going on over there?
Season it with some nice water.
You're fucking committing crimes over there in Denmark, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, listen, right? You put the oats into your like bowl, right? And then you get one of those like the thing where you like grind ingredients, right? You do that with the oats, right? You sprinkle it on top, and it adds a little spice actually. Yeah, that's my favorite. That's the reason I like.
It's
oats,
a little
because they're
spicy. You should try it.
Listen,
Okay.
when I eat burritos, I
Okay.
want all
Okay.
the 5
This has
flavors.
caused me physical pain.
I think this is white culture.
Let me give you an actual burrito, right? You take some Carolina Reapers, right?
Now we're
You take a burrito, you get some shredded beef of some variety. You dump it into a bunch of rice, which you've mixed in with some black beans. You get some stir-fried vegetables, sliced up, some peppers, your onions, whatever. You dump it in with the rest of the burrito. Then you get your chopped up Carolina Reapers. We're talking peppers so spicy that one can kill you. You put about 3 in there. Then you put some guacamole, you get some hot salsa in there, and you wrap it up as best you can. And that's your spicy burrito.
I'm trying.
Listen,
We're trying to
do not-
finish on.
That's too
Do
much
not-
spice.
do not
That in the
crochet.
water? Oh god.
I don't
Don't
think there's
throw
enough.
shade.
That.
You should add
Do
some
not throw
oats to
shade.
that. I think it would help.
Do not throw shade on the oat burrito. This is the diet that the Danish used to fuel hundreds of years of piracy and trade in the Viking Age.
This is how Leif Erikson came to America. This is how I'm awake at 5 a.m. Okay.
The power of oats.
The power of oats. Oats and tortillas. It's like a combination of 2 different cultures coming together, and then.
But they're so dry.
You're dry.
Also,
He's as dry as Ben Shapiro's wife.
Look, I did want. I wanted to give it a shot. So I did a quick culinary segment here.
No.
Yeah. I mean,
God, no, please.
Oh my god. I can't believe you did this.
Say psych. Please say psych.
Say psych right now. I like the fold.
No.
Nice. Nice. Yep. Okay, you spilled all the oats. Now you eat it.
Oh my god, that's a war crime.
Mmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
I mean,
the Danish burrito, and I did this in honor of Turf Nation for a specific reason. I don't know if you want to announce that before, Bob. I think you also made an attempt, right?
Bob,
You're
you're
muted, Bob, or
at least you're not.
Not me.
We will see how this works out. I am going to home make a Danish a Danish specialty
The specialty is the word for
in
it.
honor of Turf Nation. I will be making the Danish burrito. All right, so I'm hitting a little
So
roadblock
dramatic.
here. It just says it just has some oats and it's delicious. I'm going to do further research and see what I can figure out. And then you dip it in water for moisture. This is doable. I'll do this.
Yeah, no sauce. Just pour. You know, like you wrap the burrito first, right? And then you need something in it, so you just pour the oats in. And you guys haven't tried that? And it's great if you do it all gluten free. That's when it fucking hits, man. My girlfriend
I
showed
like
me
the
that if you dip it into
flashback to
water.
the video we've already seen.
Yeah,
really adds
listen,
something.
right? You put the oats into your like bowl, right? Then you get one of those like the thing where you like grind.
Fucking
do
national
that. It adds a little spice actually. Yeah, that's my favorite. That's the reason I like oats, because they're spicy. The acidity comes from the spit when it mixes with the oats and the burrito in your mouth.
Okay, so I don't have a grinder like Turf described, but I grind my own coffee beans, so I'm going to use that grinder. And we will see what we can do with this burrito. All right, here we go.
You better not be disrespecting culture.
This is a sacrilege against a coffee grinder.
Sacrilege against God himself.
Actually grinded them.
I'm not even sure if they're doing anything. It looks like maybe something. Yeah, we got fine.
The fine mist of those.
Damn, how much? How far did you grind?
Yeah, we got fucking.
You made
oats.
fucking.
Well, so you can sprinkle it on,
here.
That's so.
I think you made sawdust.
Do Danish people really do this shit? All right, got myself a tortilla here. Got some ground oats here. Oh my god, what am I doing?
It's a very good question.
There's here. There's my Danish burrito. It's what are they doing in Denmark? What the fuck is this?
Something rotten.
So I just want to make this absolutely clear. I just found these in my cupboard. This is what I've used. These are gluten-free oats. Gluten-free. So according to Turf, this is what you use to get the flavor to really hit. So this is going to be peak Danish burrito I'm about ready to eat, guys. Get fucking pumped. I am.
Poured into a flour tortilla.
There's my burrito. I got water for flavor.
I really hope you commit and take a bite.
Here we go. Okay, we're gonna do this. Don't look at me like that. I'll do this. I'll do it.
We're looking at you like this.
He's sensing the judgment ahead of time.
Feel it.
Man versus food.
I love the dramatic flair.
Yeah.
You got to prepare for that spice. It's going to overwhelm your taste
I mean, it could overwhelm him.
Okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Okay.
I don't know if he's white enough.
Big old bite, my Danish burrito.
Oh, Turf.
Did you
terrible
water?
You know what I appreciate
You know what?
least about this?
Turf says you need to add the water for spice. So here we go. Dip in some water.
I wanna
You went for 2 bites. That's commitment. That's commitment.
Bob, I think we're upping you over Menendez after this.
Yeah.
That's it, Turf. You're out of the initiative. I'm done. I'm done with this.
Yeah, as in case you don't remember, Turf, at the end of that previous video too, I did say
You get all of it with oats. You get the umami, you get the salt. Oh, this fucking salt. The bitterness. That comes with the gluten-free, by the way. The sweetness.
Sure.
The sweetness, especially if it's like dry-aged oats, right? That's the best.
All oats,
like
gluten-free
proper
oats?
dry oats. The
Like,
sweetness.
I'm pretty sure oats just don't have
to die
gluten in
for.
them.
And then a little bit of acidity,
at all.
all right?
shut up. Shut
The
up.
acidity. The
You're
acidity
out of the
comes-
initiative. You're out.
The,
You're out.
the acidity comes from the spit when it mixes with the oat.
So it's a bit delayed, man. But like, look, we hate to do this to you on such an
It's
occasion.
taken me a
but
while to to get the gist of it, yeah.
delay. You know, we had to get through the bylaws and all of the HR stuff. But like, you're out of the initiative, Turf.
I
very sad.
understand. I understand.
Oh
man.
With that in mind, though, I do have. I have a shilly I'd like.
That
I'd like
was
to
it.
present a shilly. This is related. I have a shilly I want to present to Brad Fay, documentarian, director, filmmaker of Geek and You Shall Find, as well as an upcoming series on fandom and anti-fandom, in which we will be included as interviewees on that. But he had, he pre-recorded his acceptance, and he had some stuff to say. So.
What is up, guys? I am so sorry I couldn't be there in person tonight for all the festivities. Wanted to thank you all for thinking about superhero faces as always and the work we do. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys fighting the good fight. I am so sorry to hear about your retirement from YouTube, Turf, but from a mental standpoint, I couldn't understand more. So wishing you the best. Glad you're gonna get some time to kind of decompress from this crazy world of YouTube and just enjoy it. Get some breaths. Just do whatever it is you want to do at this time. You've been kind of at it for a while now, kind of sticking up for a lot of people who really, really could use a voice to kind of defend them. So again, I appreciate all of you guys so much, and it really means the world to us that you have bestowed this honor on us. We worked really hard on our film, working really hard on our next series, and I can't tell you how much it means to know that that gets recognized by people like you whose work I really admire and follow, and just keep hoping, the rest of your team just keeps plugging away, keeps poking at this BS that is going up online all the time, because we really need people kind of doing that. So wish all you guys the best, and I will catch up with all of you soon. Peace.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
All
so
right, sir.
nice.
It's on you now. Go.
Damn, he said it very. Oh, no! Don't do this to me! Don't do this to me!
No pressure, Turf.
He said it very. He used the retirement word.
Yeah.
Where to me, I've been using the indefinite break for now.
Sabbatical.
I definitely plan to stream with you in the future. I know
Norman is taking a sabbatical.
Yeah, you
have to go off and launch that Danish burrito franchise.
I've bought my own food truck, and I'm gonna make my dream a reality.
Look, we all know that outrage is the way to make money these days, and I think that's a pretty fucking outrageous food product you got there. So,
I can't believe that. Like, what was that? Almost 2 years ago, I said that fucking thing, and then that's led to Bob actually fucking eating it.
I
think it's very big.
I'm never ever gonna forgive you, Turf.
No, Turf. I think it's really big of you to go on this hiatus so that you can apologize to every Mexican ever.
Right.
They will all, I'm sure, appreciate that.
Listen,
I'm actually launching a new
you gotta apologize to me first, but it's okay. I don't hold grudges. All right, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry.
Oh shit.
It's fine. Just come to New Jersey. We'll talk.
I just want to talk.
Fine.
All right, I'll bring some.
Part of that is come to New Jersey. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't think I want to do that.
What? I can tell you all the guys on waste management to be great. They would love to hear your burrito recipe. I guarantee you.
I'll bring some Danish oats because that's one.
I'll bring some gabagool. We have a good time.
Look,
he
didn't have
gluten free though. They were amazing.
If I'm
actually, it's unironically really quite good. Like all jokes aside, it's actually really good cold cut. I love that meat.
If I may be serious for a moment, sorry to do this to you. Forming up with these two guys in particular, and then Eric came along a little bit later, but I would have not been doing any of this shit at this point. And Turf Nation being the guy that 3 years ago when I started thinking, man, this shit is really fucking hitting a wall, and this stuff is so popular, or this crap is so popular on YouTube that it almost seems pointless, to keep going. Turf Nation was the guy I could look over and oh, that guy's doing some stuff too. Okay. He's doing it. That's pretty cool. But I was over here making dick and fart jokes and stuff like that, and having, characters, shit themselves and stuff like that. And I was just like, hey, he wouldn't want to have anything to do with me. I'm low class. He's a high class guy. But we eventually did make it, together, the three of us, and then once again, Eric a little bit later. And I'm pretty proud of everything that we've done. And I'm proud of being, friends with you guys. Turf Nation. Obviously, you are welcome here on the show anytime you want. Anytime you want to come back. If you want to come back full time next week, do that. You're not going to, but you got a lot of stuff ahead of you, man. And I wish you the best. And we will remain friends, obviously. But yeah, if you're not subscribed to Turf Nation, his content will remain up, and his content will remain fucking awesome. So check it out if you haven't.
I don't have
nice.
anything nearly as well constructed because I've been busy this week. But
Oh,
Turf, you
focus
are, you're amazing. You have great content. You're thoughtful. I don't know if I can praise you enough. You're a great guy to talk to. You're a good friend, and you're great. And it will you will be missed.
He's a great Dane.
I hope. Yes, he
Great
is.
Dane.
And working with you and Dane and eventually Eric on this whole initiative thing has been kind of wonderful and a lot of fun. And I really appreciate all you guys. And the initiative will be a little bit dimmer without you, Turf. But we will plow through. And I hope to stream with you
without much thought, as we have all this time.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
and I agree. I mean, like, because I've talked to both of you like about this. I feel like I would have taken I would have done this a long time ago if we hadn't started the initiative, and I guess the reason like I've stayed on YouTube is just because like it's been so much fun doing this. It's felt so rewarding getting to learn from you guys, because I was the same way. Like before we did this, it felt very alone doing this kind of content during YouTube at that point. But like I always knew that like I watched some of Dane's videos and I was like, oh, that's a good argument, and then I used that in my videos, and like we never knew that until we started talking to each other. And it's just been really cool, and it's been like awesome to get to know a lot of people and all the guests we've had on and everything, and it's been awesome. And yeah, I definitely want to come back on stream as a guest at some point to make to give you more recipes once I learn more about
tell us how much better life is over in another country, please, when you come back.
I mean, like, yeah, I'm gonna travel the world and learn some more about food. Maybe I learn, yeah. I don't know how much they could teach me though, but
if you
that
go
is
to
true.
Mexico,
You have the perfect burrito
I would not
recipe.
mention your burrito recipe if you go to Mexico. I'm just saying you won't make it out. Okay.
I'll bring my burrito. I'll sell it to Mexicans. Yeah.
Watch it becomes
They
a big
may,
hit. We just
you
are
may
like,
attract
what
the attention
fuck?
of the cartels.
Listen,
That
the
may
cartel
actually
could
piss off the cartels. Your burrito.
listen. All right, me and the Goku wouldn't back down, and neither will I. I will. I will take my burrito to the grave. Not actually. I will not. I do not stand by that.
I will tell you this: Goku would probably eat your burrito.
He would.
In
And-
fairness,
and-
he probably would just eat it and not
Yeah.
ask any questions.
It's
Yeah.
something.
Goku would eat it. He'd be like,
Alright.
"This is nutrients."
Dane, if you cut this segment and turn it into anything, can you please call it "Let's Taco About Turf Nation"?
Oh,
Yeah, I think I can do that for sure.
oh God.
And I think Goku would eat it should be your corporate slogan for the Danish burrito business.
Goku would eat it. I agree.
Because Goku is very popular among Mexicans. I don't know if you're aware of this or not.
Oh,
But-
I'm aware.
Yeah. So they'd love it. That's your key
would-
to cracking Mexican cuisine open right there.
They wouldn't just love my burrito; they would also love that I used Goku as an example of food like it.
Wow, I think you're partially right. I think something's gonna crack open if he does that.
Yeah.
Just make sure you go on your apology tour to every single individual citizen of Mexico before you get to New Jersey. Where
That
Ant
won't
is
be
waiting
needed.
for you.
That won't be needed. There's
It's
nothing
okay,
wrong
we'll-
with my burrito.
We'll get to chop up some ingredients for the burrito.
What
Okay.
I mean, I'm just like struggling.
Oh, I
to think,
have
like,
this
what,
here actually.
Well,
I'm
this
just
is
struggling to
brought
see how
a
it could
whole
get better.
new definition of the cooking show Chopped.
Yeah.
This is a bad night for chopping.
It looks like it.
I got the better chopping knives downstairs.
Also, Turf Nation, watch some Star Trek, man. For fuck's sake,
Yeah,
just
get
fucking
on
watch
that.
some Star Trek, dude. It doesn't have to be the
Oh.
old Star Trek. Start with newer Star Trek, and just watch.
You haven't
some-
watched Star
watch
Trek?
some-
That is unforgivable.
Yeah.
I can forgive an oat burrito, but not watching Star Trek.
Damn, I'm
That
just
is
getting
just-
exposed today.
No, I'm
Turf
still
Nation.
more, it's the burrito's worse.
Okay.
Turf Nation, do me a
Nice.
favor. Go into Star Trek. Watch the Deep Space Nine episode, The Visitor. And if you come from that with dry eyes, you're not human.
But isn't Star Trek woke?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's incredible.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, nice.
Unless we're
Um,
talking about the last two episodes of Star Trek Picard. Then it's not.
Yeah.
Those are not woke.
Okay.
Oh, Star Trek Picard.
Such a frustrating experience.
However, before I do head out, and it's almost 6 a.m., we have 3 more Chud Awards that are quickly want to go through. Or 2 more Chud.
If we want to fucking fuck off the Chud Awards that are left over, we can do that unless they're big ones. But I mean, we do need to get to
it is the big one. It is the big one.
Okay.
So first of all, we had a this is like a shilly actually. So what's the best anti-Chud team up? We were just like, whatever people say, and somehow, I don't know how this happened, 100% said the Initiative.
Wow.
I guess that's just democracy for you.
Yeah. I love democracy.
I love democracy.
I love democracy.
And then we have the best picture for grifters, which is the most pathetic Chud.
Okay.
And here we have, and people could also make their own. We have, the good old. We have all of us are like Organized Chaos, Actual Fandom, Turf Nation. We're all. However, the winner of the most pathetic Chud is, with 28% of the votes, Nerdrotic.
Wow.
That adds up, actually.
Well,
I am shocked.
Let's hear one more time from Mr. PP Little here, who does actually have to legally go by Young PP, but that has nothing to do with him having the name of
certain
PP
ministry,
Little
yeah.
being the PP, the little PP Society. That lawsuit. These are not related. Anyway.
Look up to Nerdrotic. The way you can see the sadness in his eyes at all times is very relatable. Yes, he used to sell meth to teenagers, but he is a new man selling coke to man babies. A testament to the book Redemption by the Critical Puncher himself, Will Jordan. Not only that, but he does the thankless job of making video after video after video, sitting in front of toys and explaining to the masses how black people are stealing all our stuff. All in all, I speak not just for myself, but all the other PP Littles out there when I say he is the father we always wanted. Amen.
Congratulations, Nerdrotic.
I'm not convinced this PP Little guy's actually. I don't know. Something about him seems very familiar. Like I've seen him before. somewhere.
There's a reason I have never engaged with PP Little's content. He has the most Chad, the most Chud voice of all the Chud voices. He's the most
we had
masculine.
to qualify him from the
them all.
sexiest voice, but because he would have.
Yeah. He is the
we
alpha
had to
dog.
qualify him from everything.
Well,
he would have switched these awards.
I mean, the deepest lores really had to have been there is that the reason Bob of the Old Ways doesn't appear on camera is because PP Little stole his face.
Yeah.
Their one interaction.
Oh, he's a face stealer. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's some frightening stuff.
I have to wear a prosthetic face now. It's horrible.
It's really messed up.
Yeah.
In fact, the avatar you're seeing on screen right now is my prosthetic face. This is a live feed.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Conan the non-binarian is my public face.
I'm glad that he left you your real hair, though.
That's nice.
There we go. I'm back.
I'll be by. Yeah. All right. What do we got last year?
Last one, we have the best picture. In other words, the best overall voice for fandoms, which voted by.
Well, we did have plenty that we wanted to get to, and I'm just gonna run through them real quick. And I apologize. It's kind of just honestly bad form on our part.
I mean, we can also do this one, and then I'll get out of here, and then you guys can take more time for it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So here's this. What do we got? What's the word?
Well, we have a lot of different nominations. A lot of people were chosen. We have Pillar of Garbage. We have Anthony Grimuglia. We have Actual Fandom. We have Organized Chaos, Turf Nation, Eric Debunks, The Birdman, Nick Fuentes.
Nick Fuentes.
So someone put Nick Fuentes.
Okay.
Sure.
I have some questions I don't want an answer to.
I guess the Hitler fandom does need a champion.
That is true.
Somebody better that isn't known for shitting his pants to get his mom to come pick him up from school, maybe, and is also probably just a closeted gay dude that maybe somebody different than that might be. Or actually, that's exactly who Hitler deserves, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, was the guy who was like the actual gay Nazi?
Ernst
Röhm.
Was it
Ah,
Rome
yeah,
or
yeah.
Strasser?
Yeah.
One of them, yeah.
think it was Rome.
I don't know names. That's
Anyway.
my research. Everything before speaking. I can't speak. I can't think off the top of my head.
So who takes the prize here?
The prize goes to Pillar of Garbage.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And a full disclosure, the whole genesis of this awards show was based on me watching his woke spotting video like a year ago and just watching it and being, like, fucking A, man, like this is the best explanation of this shit I've ever heard from anybody. And I want to give him an award for it. So thankfully the voters agreed. And we have, he was not able to make it here with us, but we do have this.
Everybody, Pillar of Garbage here, beaming in from the past. I want to say thank you to the guys on the stream. Thank you to the Shillies and Chuddies for having me. I'm sorry I couldn't be here in person or, in like virtual presence. It is currently the middle of the night where I am, and I'm, hopefully having a nice little honk me sleep type of thing. Okay, in case I win something though, here's my pre-recorded acceptance speech. Oh my God, no way! I was not. Oh my. That is such a surprise, man. You guys deserved it more. I want to give, everyone give a hand to the other nominees. They really put a shift in tonight. Yeah, but I guess I want to thank my parents. I want to thank the Academy. I want to thank the network. Blah blah blah. Hey, I also want to thank the rest of the guys and gals and just people of all stripes on the stream tonight. And you at home, everyone watching the stream, everyone who's watched my channel, everyone who's gobbled down any of my little slop nuggets in the past, thank you all. Don't forget to show some love to everyone on the stream. Go and sub to their channels, click on their stuff. If there's like a rich fucking Nepo kid watching this, give us all fucking thousands of dollars on Patreon. Keep doing your thing. Keep ignoring shitty content creators who are trying to push bad ideas and that. Keep supporting viewing people that are pushing back against that and bringing some value to the internet. A better internet is possible. A better world is possible. Go out there, protest, smash some politicians in the head with bricks. I'm doing this in one take. You can cut that if you need to. Let's go. Shillcast 2025. And if it turns out I didn't win, everyone, stay in line. Stay in line to vote. We can still win this. Pillar of Garbage sweep is still possible. Oh, and I'll leave you with a joke I invented, just to add a bit more value to my little digital appearance here. What did the Italian man with dementia have for dinner? Spaghetti bolognese. I'm sorry if that caused any offense to any dementia havers or Italians watching this. If so...
No Italians on this chat, of course.
Spiacente, I think that's right. Buonasera, arrivederci, something. I'm gonna cut this off now.
So we have to invite Pillar of Garbage to New Jersey. We're gonna have to
maybe Pillar and Turf can get on the flight together and
Gabagool place. Waste management. I should
I'll let you pick them up and we'll go together.
And I really think it's kind of fucked up that he not only won, but he felt the need to take a dig at you like that. Like
that's funny as shit.
No, he's got that charmingly befuddled thing. That Hugh Grant. Or whatever. That's pretty great. But
that being said,
just British.
policy
That's it. That's the bit. He's just a British guy.
There you go. Just how they are.
And we dumb Americans, we just take it as like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Yeah. No.
Well, in that case, I will make my goodbye now.
Get out.
Okay.
Score.
Bye.
Anything you want to say or what? I mean, say something profound, man.
Would you like to thank the Academy?
I would like to thank Odin and Thor, my dad and my dad. Yeah.
Both your dads?
Both my dads, yeah.
To play you out, because I know it's awkward as fuck, I'm gonna go ahead and show this behind the scenes footage of us filming the PP Little debate
Awesome.
of you, which is another highlight of Turf Nation.
But before that, I generally do want to say that it has been an absolute pleasure being on this stream most weeks. for the past 2 years, and especially just getting to know all you guys and working together and just being friends. And yeah, it's been awesome. As you know, I'm very bad with fucking leaving streams, which I do every single stream. I don't know how I'm still bad at it, but yeah, it's been awesome, and I'm hopefully excited to be back soon.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, what the fuck are you looking at? Subscribe and like this video. Back to it. Hey guys. And then what was it? Sorry guys, I gotta go. All right. Sorry guys. My voice sounds different when I don't have headphones on. All right. Sorry guys, I have to go.
So then we directed him to try one, pretend like your dog just died, and this magic happened.
How was that? All right. Yeah.
Just learned his dog died. So
Well.
we'll try to, yeah.
Was the hey guys on the Sorry Gotta Go convincing? Hey guys. Yeah. Sorry, I have to go.
It's the whimper
Dude,
at the
actually,
end that does it.
It was a pretty brilliant performance for something I just said for him to do, just to be a goofball.
Yeah, it's quite funny though, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. We also wanted to really honor Chariot for
Aw.
just the most academic level content on these subjects that I think anybody really does. I mean, not to put anybody else down, but like, it's seriously, there's a level of rigor of thought that goes into every single thing that you create. That's, especially, my personal favorite, The Last Jedi series that you completed not too long ago. Fucking brilliant, and it's
I have
great.
to agree. Yeah, we were talking, Morgan and Dane and I were talking in a server the other day where I said that Chariot makes me feel dumb in a good way.
We all agreed on that. We feel dumb in a good way by Chariot's content. Yeah. And then also, and Bob, I feel bad that we didn't really discuss this because I know you also have a podcast host, but best podcast co-host, man, goes to Morgan for just making the Fapcast more than it would have been honestly probably nothing for very long without Morgan. So thank you for that. And yeah.
Then I want to clap back at you and nominate you for making the best intro to a podcast, because the Fatcast intro still fucking slaps.
It's pretty good. I'll give myself that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, if we're giving Dane flowers, actually, he has my favorite like joke that anybody on the Shillcast has ever done, which is the the thing that always makes me laugh, and I think about it constantly, the Grogu Fleck X-Men 97 thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That makes me laugh a lot. I don't know if anybody else knows, but
it's a fun one. That interview with with Pillar of Garbage is pretty great. Speaking of interviews, I do have an interview with Turf Nation from not too long ago. That's just kind of me asking him some questions. That's going to go up pretty soon as well to kind of coincide with his stepping away, not retirement, but pausing of work. But yeah. Yeah. And then Ant, like, it's hard to know what to, because you've been like speaking against this stuff for quite a while now. It's only just like in the last year you've been on YouTube or what?
Yeah, my first video came up last New Year's Eve, roughly. So it's been like just less than a year.
Wow.
But I've been making content. What's up?
You came out swinging.
Oh yeah, definitely. hit them where it was sore. I
like,
mentioned
like we would have made a category that's like you would have been in alongside Birdman, and I really didn't want to have to choose between the two of you because you both are, you know,
very different content too. You know,
yeah,
very
both
different levels.
extremely valuable. Honestly, like valuable voices, and you know, platform size is a consideration too. So you know, and both of you are bigger than us. So yeah.
No, yeah, and like you know, and Pillar of Garbage, of course, is a massive platform as well. It's you know, it's the collective ultimately. You know, it's. I think that what everyone collectively is doing is so very important because it's not any one of us individually; it's the collective counter argument that we form that is so valuable to this discussion. I think personally, and I know my brain's a little addled by sleeplessness and. Watching things killing apparently for 4 times, as I claimed up at the start of this whole thing. But no, all of this is very, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot of collective, and there's research that I wouldn't have been able to find without your research and your compilation of information. So that's vital too. It's all in. Everything we do is a collective in terms of effort and research and pooling of information. Which is vital, you know.
Truly.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my sleep addled response to that. That's the most articulate. I'll probably cringe.
Well, I mean, and it's
5 hours
absolutely
from now.
collective, and that means not just the content creators, but you know, this may seem like kind of shameless, but like those of you who have actually put effort into, you know, like deselecting, seeing those fucking channels, those Chud channels, and you know, sharing our content and commenting, and even if it's just a comment that you know is just for the algorithm. Especially those kinds of comments, like you are doing the work that it is necessary. Like it has to it has to happen. They have so much more, you know, advantage when it comes to that stuff compared to us. That every one of you that contributes in that way is doing work that like none of us would be able to be anything without it. So you know, it is a collective effort, and you know, it's much harder to get a collective effort of you know, a like-minded people that are trying to achieve a genuinely positive goal than it is to have like a hive mind effect, which is what these fucking people have. You know, it seems to be much easier to do that, especially whenever you have some, you know, funding, potentially foreign funding. It's against the grain, you know, against the wind, and it's a fight worth fighting. And so, you know, everybody that contributes at all, even the audience, and especially the audience, it's very much appreciated.
Yeah, I'd like to shout out the people in the Discord, the other people who make content and just in your orbit that you shared their comic Kickstarters and their documentary and stuff like that, their fan art for other things they do, that you make those fandom resources available, makes it more than a community that's not just about all the anti-fandom Chud bullshit. It's about a community that recognizes that's a problem and has come together as a community to do community things. And I think that's incredibly important.
And there's been some people in our server that have not understood why I've been so adamant on like I don't want this to turn into a let's just talk shit on Chuds all the time server. Right. You know, it doesn't make sense to some people because it's like, well, that's what content I make. Well, yeah, but I make that content. We make that content so that we don't have to talk about them, and we'd like to build a space where it's not the primary thing, and you know, we can just enjoy what we want to enjoy without, you know, they're everywhere. You know, we deserve to have a space. You deserve to have a space where you don't have to fucking hear about that shit.
Right.
So and also Bob of the Old Ways, forgot about you, man. Sorry. You know, shout out to you, man. You had kind of like what, I don't know what word you described. You kind of paused on content for a while. Whenever we encountered you anyway, you were not making any content, and you know, thankfully you have you know, you saw the torch
like a phoenix from the ashes. I have risen.
Yes. And yeah, you're doing great work, man. You were one of the only voices for Rings of Power, and actually somebody that is knowledgeable enough to defend against the stupid points that, you know, have been made about that show. And it made me appreciate Lord of the Rings even more somehow than I already have. So.
Thank you for saying so.
I
must confess, I feel lost now that the season is over, and I'm scrambling to figure out what am I gonna do now?
You just watch Dune.
You could do that.
Yeah,
you could go back and watch the Hobbit movie.
Yeah, I don't know the Dune lore as well as I know the Middle Earth lore.
See, it's inverse for me. I like the Lord of the Rings and Dune pretty well, but wouldn't say I'm an expert in either of them. We'll defer to the experts on both of those. But
I would
Dune
never
pretty
count
good so
myself an
far.
expert.
Are you enjoying Prophecy so far?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I'll be honest with you. The Brian Herbert books are pretty garbage. So so it's like the opposite with Lord of the Rings, where like any deviation the fans get pissy about. This is like with the Brian Herbert books, every Dune fan's like, yes, please deviate more. Go away from that. At least from what I've seen, anyway. I'm sure there's exceptions. I'm sure there's someone who's like, "Oh, I actually like the Brian Herbert books." Actually,
I'm just a fan of that actor. What's his name? Travis Fimmel or something like that. Man, he just does crazy so fucking well. I love that guy.
Oh, that's what he's doing in this. Like the wide-eyed look, and like, oh, he's nuts.
And if you saw Raised by Wolves, unfortunately cut down after 2 seasons, he was great in that as well.
That was
What's
the
up, Bob?
Ridley Scott series, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that was really good. I saw the first season of that. I thought it was fantastic, but I didn't follow up with it for whatever.
Second season kind of went off the rails a bit, but it's still, I just love that kind of like far out fucking like what the fuck is even happening kind of sci-fi that's put, you can tell people are putting a lot of effort into it. I'm a fan of that.
It felt like a more polished with like some of the ideas that you saw on Prometheus felt more polished than that personally, but that's just my, I don't know.
You
not
would have thought he got that out of his system with that show, but then Romulus comes out, which I just watched for the first time the other day. Oh my god.
I like Romulus quite a bit.
It was pretty good.
It's no Gladiator too, but it's pretty good.
That ending though was pretty insane with Romulus.
It felt like a rehash of Alien Resurrection.
Oh yeah,
yeah, very much so. Like, but better because Resurrection is just like the whole time watching someone like, oh, they really thought Alien Resurrection had some cool ideas. Let's do that, but like good,
not suck.
I don't know. I kind of like the creature design of that, even though I didn't love the concept itself. The creature design in Resurrection was pretty fucking cool and gross.
Resurrection's problem is it had a director who had a very distinct style and Joss Whedon at the script, and like that just didn't align. It was too.
I gotta say that was Alien Resurrection. Was that the one with the xenomorph human hybrid?
Yeah, it was one of 2 movies with an alien xenomorph hybrid.
Yeah, I was about to say Romulus
it
has
was
one
one
too.
This is like a
one of those movies.
xenomorph human hybrid.
Very different variety though.
One of those 2 movies, I don't remember which one because I saw each of them only once, but one of them had a moment with the alien the xenomorph human hybrid in pain that truly moved me, and the rest of the movie was garbage.
That was Resurrection.
Resurrection, yeah. I was gonna say both kind of have it, but more Resurrection probably.
It's after it's being sucked through the hole in the window, and it's like already too late. The thing is dead. But
that death is violent. It's
these big soulful eyes,
I really felt that. Yes, it was the eyes, and the rest of that's all I remember from that movie. The rest of it was forgettable to me.
Pretty bad, yeah. Like I
remember
rewatched
that
Red
one
Deer
got
some
stuck
weeks
with me.
ago, and I forgot Winona Ryder was a replicant, not a replicant, but like the android. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I was like, whoa, that's right, that's her deal. That's right.
I forgot.
She dies pretty early on.
Oh, she doesn't really die. She gets shot, and gets better.
That's what I'm saying. If you forget that she's actually an android, though, it does seem like she dies very early on in the movie.
Right?
Until
yeah.
she goes back up. But,
I just forgot Brad Dourif was in the movie, which I think is the biggest mistake I made because he's always the best part of any movie he's in.
We need more Brad Dourif and all kinds of stuff, to be honest.
Apparently he's retired except for just playing Chucky.
Wow.
He was wasted in Resurrection, man.
Yeah,
Star Trek Voyager thinks of more to do with you
excellent little moments where he's like, where he's caressing the alien hybrid and stuff. That's a fucking great scene for Brad Dourif, you know.
He wants to kiss the alien through the glass, get little head kisses, which is. I'm surprised no one else has tried doing in these movies.
Yeah,
well, I think that's only something Brad Dourif can get away with.
Yeah. Actually, one funny thing with watching Resurrection was the next day after watching Resurrection, I decided to watch The Crow. And have you all seen The Crow?
The new one?
The new one or
the original? The original from the
original. Oh yeah, of course.
The guy who plays Top Dollar, the bad guy in The Crow. He's in Resurrection. He's like the captain of the mercenary pilot.
That's right.
Yeah.
I
remember going, oh, I forgot he's in this movie. Oh, he's gonna be fun, isn't he? Have a big role. Dies first to get killed off. Oh my god!
The guy that actually fired the prop gun that killed Brandon Lee.
He's not the guy who fired. He's the guy. You know, he's in No, the guy who did that was he was also the guy from the Amazing Spider-Man in 7.
Yeah, the guy that did that was, I forget the actor's name, but he was in the scene in the bedroom.
Okay.
Where,
I mean, I know I read
and-
that he was really fucked up about that for a long time, which I understand.
He's really gets killed with heroin
God.
needles. In The Crow.
yeah,
no,
and that actor like semi-retired for several years to like deal with that trauma.
Yeah,
because
I believe it.
I mean, obviously it was an accident, but he obviously felt guilty about it because he fired the shot that killed Brandon Lee.
And he was like the least guilty of any party involved. He was just
Yeah.
given the prop. Like he didn't know what because that whole thing was a mess. Like a lot. I blame the Weinsteins personally because they really cut a lot
Easy
of
to.
corners in that film. Like production wise, so like speed up production. No, you don't have to do this.
I did want to show a clip here just to represent the guy who was not able to be with us because of some dipshit he works with. He did not hold his end of the bargain. This is just one of my favorite moments from Eric DeBunks here. This was pretty early on once he started joining us on stream, and it's pretty great.
Is that it's not the same as progress. It absolutely is. So if woke is not progressive, then it's conservative. I'm trying to figure out the angle with that. Which one is it? Is it centrist? Which one
Whoa,
is it?
you're taking that logic too far. You can't do that, DJ.
Please explain to me. I'm very curious. Woke is such a conservative thing that they're anti themselves. I'm so tired of these fucking idiots. I'm sorry. I can't bite my tongue anymore. I'm tired of fucking idiots. I'm tired of them. Stop listening to these channels that are making you more stupid. Turn them off. Do Google. For God's sake, download ChatGPT. It's going to give you better answers than all of these fucking awful channels that make money off of keeping you stupid. These people following these fucking channels, it's making our world so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's like it takes the fun out of the fandom because you guys don't watch things to enjoy them. You watch them to destroy them.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, that's
well,
it.
I got to say, Eric's the one thing I love most about Eric's aesthetic is his rotating library of glasses.
Yes.
Yeah.
His frames are on point. His frame game is on point.
Unmatched on the internet. I'm only
Did we get all of the awards?
jealous.
I know there's a couple more like Edgier Than Thou is definitely the best channel that you guys aren't subscribed to. You guys,
Wait, are you not
Edgier Than
subscribed to
Thou.
Edgier
He's
Than
awesome.
Thou? You should make it happen. Do it. Do
Yeah.
the thing.
I am subscribed to Edgier Than Thou.
I am subscribed to Edgier Than Thou.
As am I.
Well, then you guys aren't included. But if I said that and you're not subscribed to Edgier Than Thou, get on that. Fix that.
I actually have a video from them as well. So
Subscribed.
That's right.
It means that
Yeah,
I'm
right
dead.
now.
But I had two dying wishes. One of them was to accept an award, so that's happening for me. And two was to gain more subscribers. That would be a really big deal to me. I'll be watching up at you, so I'll know, if you saw this and you didn't do that. But yeah, no, thank y'all for remembering that I exist. I do. I am real, even now posthumously. Thanks, y'all. Dane just had to record something. I don't know, man. This is something.
real classy show. All right, but definitely subscribe to Edgier Than Now because sincerely, just way more deserving of the subscribers that I don't think that they have the time to necessarily to make the consistent videos that YouTube fucking wants you to make to really get into the algorithm, and that's a shame. But
They're another person who makes me feel dumb in a good way.
yeah. And considering they're pretty young too, which it's like, come on, man, why are these young people making me feel so stupid for?
I've always felt stupid, so it's not any different than normal.
Fair enough.
That is true. Same.
All right. What else we got?
Well,
guess I could
best
look
clip
up.
channel. would definitely have to go to HippoClip. Whoever that mysterious person
the
is.
mysterious HippoClip channel
is some kind of fucking just like, I don't know, just phantom that just puts these edits out and just vanishes. I mean, we never really even see them, but hats off to them because they make arguments without saying a word.
They don't have to. They let the clip speak for themselves.
It's fucking brilliant. Brilliant content, and hopefully they continue to do that.
And then, honestly, we from here we just have a collection of freaking good content creators. Honestly,
Yeah, suggestions.
Yeah. So I mean, Alex Gunter, Shark 30, RM Brown, Diet in the Force.
Diet in the Force is one we just kind of came across recently. This is a couple of dudes doing Star Wars content, but like in a good way, surprisingly.
Is one of them Darth Chaco?
I think so.
Okay, I'm
Wait,
vaguely
they
familiar
make
with
Star
Darth
Wars
Chaco.
content that isn't about hating Star Wars. How could they be Star Wars fans? Because the only thing that we know that
True.
Star Wars fans do is hate Star Wars.
True.
If you really like Star Wars, are you really a fan of it anymore? Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. It is admittedly fucking hard to be, but you know.
Anyway, I'm probably gonna have to run away now because I have to make turkey at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Let me rephrase that. I gotta put the turkey in the oven at 6 a.m. tomorrow. I'm gonna prepare the turkey right when I close out of this stream because I gotta put all the spices on it. So I'll let it sit overnight and then in the morning. But
I did that before stream. Yeah.
The whole time.
No, I just want to thank you for having me on. This was a blast. Again, as always, and if you want me on, just let me know. If I'm not working at that moment in something.
The link is always going to be available in the server there, and if you see it and you see that we're streaming, you're welcome to hop on. That's the offer we make to everyone.
Indeed. Also, Dane, question: aren't you showing up in something I'm working on?
I believe so. I mean, I have yet to have gotten the my call to do my part, but I'm ready.
Oh, it's. I didn't need to call you. I just took it. I'm asking. I've stolen it. I've stolen. I've used the magic of computers to actually harness your likeness with your permission.
Whoa.
Without letting you know.
You see, you had presented it as an interview that you wanted to do, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll fucking do it."
Oh, that too as well. Oh, I'm talking about something else as well. But
right. That yes. I'm sorry. Yes, I forgot it.
No, that interview also will be forthcoming.
Which is a video, despite my. I mean, not just because of my appearance in it, but I'm looking forward to the video anyway.
Oh hell yeah! But also that interview is also forthcoming. I'm still going to drag you for that as well. I've just been trying to get this. But this one project has taken over my entire November, so I kind of. But that's also coming.
Any teasers about what it is?
Yes, actually, I can show you a preview of the thumbnail actually that I got from my artist.
Ooh.
Let me. Do you want me to send it to you through? How am I going to do this?
You might have the share screen option there, or present. Do you have that down there?
Yes, I do. 1 second. Let me
can
just
pull that
get
up.
this image. Open link here.
And then I should have checked with Chariot before the show to see, because I mean I wasn't sure if you, and please don't reject us live on stream, but the offer was extended for you to be on the show weekly, just like taking up a fourth chair. So now with Turf gone. So if you're gonna reject us, just don't say anything. Okay.
No, I'll be. I can come on an occasional moment. I'm so. 1 second. Here you go.
I would. I would love to. That would be very nice.
I mean, no obligations or anything like that. There's definitely no pay. So
it's no pressure.
it's
but
fun,
if you say no, Dane has asked me to send hitmen to kill you.
Right. Just go on with the knowledge that you are the smartest person on that stream.
Well, Ethan doesn't think so, and I'm a little. I I'll have to make a name for myself here.
Wow. Okay, so this is, who are these characters in the back?
Oh, it's a bunch of different characters. I'm not sure who all of them are because I just gave my artist a list of characters to include. I know definitely we got Kamala Khan and Miles Morales here. May from Overwatch, Luz from Owl House, Luz. See, I think that's Steven Universe in the corner there. There's a butt right here. There's another person's butt right here. I'm not sure whose butt that is, though, so I can't speak
This
to who it is.
this is a representation of forcing diversity, I suppose.
Oh yes, it's
Oh.
diversity being forced so much. I am breaking
Oh,
through the
dear.
fourth wall into your
And,
out of your
and
computer.
are you going to attribute the aesthetic of the the blue blazer jacket to me having done it first, or is that?
No, it's my profile picture. I don't wear this in the video. I don't have that tie.
Cool.
No.
When's that coming out?
That's coming out Friday.
Amazing.
At noon Eastern Standard Time. And that thumbnail's not complete, by the way. That's still got more coloration to be put in there, but
You got a good artist though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Sai Scribbles. She is a character, to put it mildly.
The best artists always are.
Oh yeah, she's a character. She's great. She knows I'll harass her on stream anytime. But anyway, so thank you again for having me on. Look forward to that video on Friday when it comes out, because it's overly long and I spent about a month straight working on it, so I'm going to like it while working on other videos too every week. So I've been like, hopefully it turns out good. If not, then I'll just perform honorable Sudoku and with waste management. So we'll go from there.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, y'all. Take care.
Take it
Good
easy.
night.
Night.
All right. And then there were what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
And now I have to unfortunately depart.
Look, yeah, I think a few of us might have to be getting.
Yeah, I think it's probably just maybe time.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting really tired, and I do have to work in.
I took a nap a little while ago.
hours. I know.
I have to travel across the villainous state of Wisconsin tomorrow from one end to the other, so I'm not leaving early in the morning.
I'm doing the trip across Ohio on Friday.
I'll take mine. Shit, like I know Wisconsin is the villain of the Fapcast, but Ohio, having been there for work, I'll take Wisconsin. At least we get more rain.
Well, I have a paid day off tomorrow, so I'll be sleeping in.
Fuck yeah!
So I can go all night, y'all.
Yeah, hey, I got a union job, so not only do I get a paid day off, when I go in, I get paid time and a half, so I get paid 2.5 time tomorrow. So I'm like, fuck yeah.
Well, go in and get paid. Yeah, and
I
everybody
guess
else.
in the spirit of what Anthony had to say, does anybody have anything to promote that they're working on?
Oh, you know what? I got Thanksgiving stream tomorrow. We are going to be doing the Star Wars holiday special. It will be amazing. It will be...
Please let me hop on for that potentially, because I want to
we
check
can
that
probably
out.
figure out something. Yeah, it is so bad. It is.
That's dope.
If
Let's
you
see
are,
if I can show you with a thumbnail. I'm going to try to see if I can show a thumbnail here, because I got something dropping tomorrow. Let's see.
Well, in the
weekend.
In the meantime, here is this thing.
Spent months talking about how bad a movie's going to be, right? And all these things that's going to make it bad, and it's going to fail, and it's going to be another piece of woke garbage. You're gonna, even if you tell yourself, oh, I give everything a fair chance, you're not really, right? You spend all this time leading up to, I'm going to hate this. And then you watch it, and it would probably be better for your channel and your views if you did hate it. There's a good chance you're going to hate this media, that there is a chance that you would have liked if you hadn't like done all this before, if you hadn't like made these circumstances. And it's just sad, right? Because like at the end of the day, like these people are fans, but it's like they're just not being fans. They're not really like enjoying the stuff. They're not giving themselves a chance to enjoy it. And they're also doing that to other people, right? They're just fueling that in other people.
That kid's got some good stuff to say.
Yes, he does.
It's a shame no one's.
Let's see if I can pull this off. This is my first time trying this.
Okay.
So
Let's
there
all
we
make it
go.
feel awkward. Everybody stare.
Can y'all see that?
Yes. Well, yeah.
Aha!
Something
nice Thanksgiving dinner table conversation piece dropping tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. I like. We're gonna be eating well.
Yes.
I actually have something to promote. I'm on a kind of a new schedule for writing video essays, so I'm planning on having a couple things every month go live on the channel. And
Nice.
other than the stuff that I make every month for my patrons at patreon.com/chariot, I've been where I've been doing like a bunch of like video game design analysis and like literary analysis type stuff over there.
Cool.
On the main channel
Cool.
in December, I've got 2 videos that I'm putting up. One of them is about video games and colonialism, which is going to be kind of an interesting topic. I've kind of got that one almost finished in the script. And the other one's about that Jordan Peterson clip where he tries to talk about Lord of the Rings and Tolkien. So,
I thought you were
God.
going to talk about his grandma's pubes. Thank God.
Yes, the Striders. Who Aragorn is one of the Striders.
Yeah,
Aragorn is one of the Striders who protects the shot.
After
Wow.
listening to his interview with Elon Musk for the Fapcast, I can't listen to either of them anymore. If their audio comes on somewhere, I am diving for the mute button. So you are putting in some hard work, and I respect that.
well, that Jordan Peterson clip is actually from the Dave Rubin show, so it's incredibly difficult to listen to.
Yeah, the smug cloud in that one is
That's
suffocating.
surprising with all of the
I think
high
it's technically
level,
from his
high-minded
podcast, but he has
ideas
Dave Rubin on.
You know, I don't know.
And Jordan Peterson has a new book out about the Bible, demonstrating that he knows nothing about the Bible.
Another thing Jordan Peterson doesn't know anything about. Fun fact about Dave Rubin, that guy will like agree to debates and then dodge last minute. I have heard that from multiple people.
That's what I've heard.
That like he will agree to appear with someone and then find something else to do last minute and have to cancel. That's like a recurring theme of his career.
Shocking.
As an intellectual.
Well, when people were trying to get him to debate Sam Cedar, because I think he was on friendlier terms with him back when Rubin was on TYT.
TYT, yeah.
And Dave kind of had his right-wing pivot, which at the time he was calling himself a classical liberal. That's kind of gone by the wayside. But he, at some point, was getting like super chats on his show that you would read through the super chat as you do. And people would open with something normal and they would put the phrase debate Sam Cedar towards the bottom of the super chat so that he would start reading it. And in the middle of this, he would legitimately stop reading the super chat and just like his brain would just go somewhere else and he would just cut to something. He would just go, he would be like, all right, next one. And he would just go because he didn't want people to know that he was not going to debate Sam. And he didn't want people to think about the fact that he was dodging the Cedar debate, just like Crowder did.
Right.
By the way, very similar tendencies.
It's amazing to me that Sam Cedar puts the fear of God in all of these people.
Well, and that's also just like EFAP did with us.
Yeah.
You know, EFAP, who previously had the policy that they would debate anybody or discuss their differences with anybody, and yet whenever the initiative came together and said, "Hey, we think that you guys have a stupid way of looking at media, let's talk about it," and they just started. Suddenly, we're all bad faith. And
they all told the line on that, right? They had rehearsed that.
Seems so, yeah.
And
then the only time that I was actually mentioned specifically was, the Chunky Monkey situation. So that was clearly good faith on their part to do that.
Monkeygate.
Chunky Monkeygate, yeah.
Yeah, we can see it kind of almost real time here. So these are 2 clips taken actually fairly close to each other.
I gun for the classic, like, somebody get that man a debate with someone else who thinks the opposite, and let's see see what's going on. Let's get some ideas clashing.
Mr. Lucas says, "Hey everyone, I hope you had a good Christmas. Hey Mola, you should debate some of your haters on EFAP. It would be hilarious. Bring organized chaos on."
I barely have enough time to review this. I'm behind.
Oh yeah, it's
There's so much
interesting.
to gain from those clips, by the way. We don't have to see tonight, but there's a lot to gain from this. That little bit of clip, that second one especially.
What an amazing rogues gallery of intellectual giants those 2 clips were, huh?
Giants is doing a lot of heavy lifting there as a word.
Yeah.
I don't think they can lift much.
I think intellectual is doing a lot of work in that.
They seem sapient. I think they're maybe not even AI.
All right, folks, it has been fun. I need to go to sleep.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Go away now.
I am right there as well. I am
Have a
half asleep
happy
right now.
survive your whatever your Thanksgiving is. I hope you survive it.
Yes.
Bye, folks. Have a good night.
Yes.
Oh, if you're watching and you have not like that shit right now. Do it now.
Yeah, like and
If you have not
subscribe.
subscribe.
Indeed.
If you have done those things, this is streaming on multiple channels. Go to one of those other channels and do it there too, just to be sure. Have a good night, folks.
Listen to this guy right here. No complaint.
Subscribe to me. Oh, Dane, take my hand. I will lead you to salvation.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I will lead you to the promised land. The rhyme for promised land was right there. And
We're gonna miss those dulcet tones and
I guess that's
terrible
what he
rap.
gets for eating all those oat burritos. He loses the ability to form rhymes, to spit bars.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, I guess there's only the one thing left to say, which is bye. I don't know. Happy
Party
thanks.
on and be excellent to each other.
Well, like we said at the beginning, fuck all the Thanksgiving lore, American lore. If you've been taught that shit, fuck that shit. But enjoy if you have your family and you can enjoy being with them. Be thankful for that. But also, if you can't be with your family or don't want to be thankful for that, man. Because fuck them.
I'd like to recommend something. I heard an indigenous person on the John Fugelsang podcast the other day recommend that on Thanksgiving Day, or Thanks-taking Day, as they call it, gather with your family and share a story of your ancestors, not about the Puritans, not about Christopher Columbus. And if you don't want to do that, then look up a story from an indigenous culture from the land that you are currently living on and share that story at the dinner table.
That sounds
That's
nice.
what's up.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think. I've got something here, something to go out on. Oh yeah. Well, there's this. Should show this earlier, but it's worth seeing just because I believe people can change. If you're a shitty person, you can be a better person. But just if you're a decent person, why would you choose to be a shitty person unless it's money? With that in mind.
Packed with new visuals, features, and all the farming simulation you could ever dream of. And now you have the option for same-sex marriage too. So that's new and really cool. And now I don't have to play as a dude to marry my favorite suitor, and